Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to ARMA League, Hanchans 33, 34, and 35. As a quick overview, a reminder of the rules. So the league rules are Aka on, so red fives are on, no Toby or no bankruptcy, Atamahane is on, Kiriyama Age or rounded Mangan is on, no abortive draws, Uma of 1030. We do have an Oka where everyone starts with 25,000 and there is a return of 30,000. Going into the week, we will have a look at the score placements. Oh, that is awkwardly placed. Go double check that. Yes. So, going into the standings, we do have Chombo Nami in first place, AUNSW Wanderers in second place, Flame Curse Evil Eye in third place, Notice Me Tenpai in fourth place, Zomani Chideridas in fifth, Tile Dreaming in sixth, The Last Weiss Players in seventh, Powerpuff Boys in eighth, Doras for Losers in ninth, and Khan for Fun in 10th place. I am joined by the lovely SBT.
I'm back. 2 days in a row this time.
Oh! And special guest and great sports commentator, according to Lau, Korak.
Hello, everyone.
So thank you, Korak, for taking time out of your, well, really for staying up till about 6 a.m. after you had a really long tournament to do this commentary with us.
Yes, I think I decided to punish myself with this one. I kind of started sleeping around 2, so everything here is going to be a little woozy.
It'll all be a blur
That's
by the
all
end of
right.
it.
And look. Okay, so the upside here, right, is that with Woozy, we're hoping that the filter goes down, and so
Oh boy.
as the filter goes down, Korak just rips into his unfiltered, unadulterated opinion of everything.
The full butane treatment. I think that's the only person I genuinely ripped into before.
Oh no! Oh gosh! Just you wait. So yeah, because butane's a part of your Baltimore Richu, right?
Yeah, he's part of the club. He actually founded it and hosted most of it.
And then you've been sort of a aggressively tough love mentor towards him.
Yeah. He invited, but he thought we're just some normal people, and it turns out they were a bunch of sharks.
All right. So for the first game, we will be watching the first left game, mainly out of spite because Veggie over here has been talking about how he's been avoiding being on stream. So we specifically tried to make a schedule that worked with Veggie, and we're forcing him onto the camera. And we should not be far out, in fact, from the game. So let me
Should be right about now, actually.
Yes. Oh, I should probably fix some of the text. Alright, SVT, take it away while I fix this.
All right, yeah. So we're in game 1 of Sunday. G Wills in the east seat, Dr. Docs in the south, Morova in the west, and Veggie, Jay's number one, rather. I've lost it. I'm too tired for this. Veggie in the north seat. Dora is 2-pin. We do see a lot of people being able to accept 2-pin into their hands here, or already having it. Veggie has a couple awkward shapes, but definitely a little bit of a workable hand there. An early pont on the Chun as well for Morovo, looking to probably just make this slower hand just a little bit faster. Draws a west, and that'll be pretty good for their hand here. See, 2 Dora for Dr. Docs, and drawing that 5 so there is actually going to improve their hand speed drastically here. Ooh. That's
That's a really weird discard. You may be able to make an argument of cutting the 9-mon instead of the 5-mon, but it has to be one of those two.
yeah, definitely. That 5 so feels very is there a possibility Dr. Docs is already
No, that's
that's
no,
yeah, okay.
that's wrong. Something's
Okay.
wrong here. You're not imagining it. That's just a very strange play.
I'm confused, to say the least. I'm not
That makes
exactly
at least two of us.
I can't even rationalize it. Like maybe Cheetoy, but it doesn't make sense if they're cutting the pay. Honetsu is miles away. I'm not exactly sure what's happening here.
It's really hard to say. It's not Tanya. You have two Dora, really good shapes going together, but just cutting it right there. Of course, if you draw the Formon like that, you can manage to get back into a really good Ishanten, but you still accepted that anyway.
Yeah, but you could already be in Ishanten here, so yeah, I'm not exactly sure what exactly is happening here, but Dr. Doc's not quite punished just yet. As you mentioned, drawing the 4-pin there is quite miraculous, if anything, for their hand.
Yeah, the Formon really sets this hand up. Richi
Mm.
Pinfudora 2 with a 1-4 weight. The 1 looks pretty bad right now, and as we can see, the 4s, yeah, even if he finishes the Tempai, it's going to be a really bad situation.
Definitely. Now we do see a West Pond from Morova, and you know, it progresses Ishanten with a pretty good shape. Double Runman in the 3-4 and the 3-4 in the pins and bamboo.
I see Suanko.
Eh? Oh yes,
Look at
it's
Gwills' hand.
Gwills. I was just about to get there. Pretty live hand here. Not
That's
so
Tempai.
anymore.
You should just take the Sun on Korichi. Oh, we're going for the full greed.
How does 4-pin 8 so 7-pin look right now? They're actually looking decent.
7-pin looks
anything.
super good. As in, if I were not looking at the hands, just looking into the pond, I'd say 7-pin looks super good. Where you have 3 of the 6 pins, you see 3 of the 8 pins. So
Well, you have to wonder what Veggie's waiting on, because he may be hoarding a pin at this point, because the pond gives absolutely no information.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's Senpai.
1 4-pin weight for Dr. Docs for what reach pin?
And that is not the tile you want to draw when someone reaches right in front of you.
Well,
Yeah, especially with that 7-man cut as well.
in the immortal words of Yusto, Dora is just another Suji, and he does pass the double Musuji Dora into the Richi. Oh my
Well,
god.
it's still a 3,900 good weight Tempai, so against non-dealer especially, it's worth pushing. It just never feels good doing it.
Now he's loaded up on safe tiles where he can actually fault almost to the end. So well, he does choose to take it now that he has the option to fault basically to the end.
And immediately regrets it.
Well, not yet. When we get to Ryukyoku and he sees that that isn't his waiting tile. Oh, has a chance to get to Tempai. Doesn't
Surely
choose
not.
to take it.
Yeah, if you're bailing at the
Actually, I think I disagree with that. I think
Yeah, I would definitely force it at this point because the amount you're giving up from the Tempai payments, unless you're dealing into Mongon Plus more than, say, a third of the time, you're going to lose value folding there. The 6-man, sure, it looks really, really bad, but the question is, what else is there? And that's where the 5-6-0 cut early may have actually helped Dr. Docs.
Right, because it looks sort of like you're simplifying your shapes down and like maybe making
right.
6
You're cutting
9
the mid tiles out and maybe have a 7-8 there later where you keep the 7-8 over the 5-6.
Yeah, I think also the math is, while it never feels good and you always get like the eye rolls whenever you push it, I think the math is just right in terms of pushing live Suji in for the Ryukyoku. Asapin style.
Look at Morovu's hand.
Yeah, that is a sexy-ish on 10. But if they have to cut the Sanso, is it worth it?
Crickets.
Don't answer that seriously. Oh,
oh,
no,
now we
no,
have to do it. Yeah, you have to reach this.
wait, well, you're saying you're not 7-pin Tanky? You draw the 3 so can it, then Rinshan the 7-pin?
I don't believe in this this occult theory. Whatever whatever you're selling, I don't want. 5-8 pin weight here. Now this either gets very good or very dangerous soon for Gwills.
So a Tuso
It's
cut
not.
bail.
Go on.
No, a Tuso would bail Gwills out of dealing the 5-pin. But 3 or 6-pin or even a 1-4 mark. Oh yeah, okay, never mind. You just do it now. So unfortunately, it does dealing
Reach
it.
pin 2, Tanyao, and
2
2
Ura.
Ura.
It would have been
Ura
3
kill.
Ura. It would have been
There's
3
the
Ura.
Suns, though.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But no, there's nothing wrong with that. This is another one of the situations where you look at it and say, "Don't trust half Suji." That's why.
But I think yeah. No, actually, no, I disagree with what I was about to say. In terms of like they drew the live 7-man or the live 5-pin, but I guess 7-man deals into the same amount of Suji as 5-pin, so you might as well take the wider Shanten.
Right. If you're folding, then fold. If you're pushing, then push. But putting yourself in a position like that where you're exposing your hand for minimal return tends to end badly.
He's 3 here. Dora is Chun. Only one present on the board currently in Dox's hand. Looking around the board, we do see a reasonably fast hand here coming together for Gwills, but Dr. Dox as well is right behind, as well as moreover drawing with I think it was Freeman there is actually pretty good for their hand. Ishan 10 now, but not the best waiting shape in the world. Who are we favoring, lads?
As dealer, you can take the lousy shape. Veggie has a really interesting hand here with a possible 6-7-8 Sanshoku shift.
I'm confused now.
That 5-pin is
Ooh.
Oh no, the 8's wrong there. If you're gonna throw the 9, throw it. But this basically locks in the theoretically better shapes. But it doesn't actually advance the hand that much. And you lose that value possibility from the Sanshoku.
Oh god, this got spicy
10
very
Piper
quickly.
Moreover, 10 Piper Gwills, 4-man versus 1-4 pin. 1 4-man left in the wall and 1 4-pin wise. What is that? 3?
Isn't there 1-man 4 pins in the wall? Oh my gosh, this is a completely live Shabo.
Live, yeah.
And yeah, there's only 1 4-man.
All right.
Oh, Tempo.
We
Wait, no, not Tempo. Sorry.
Close to Tempo, but not quite.
Yeah. 5-man being offered as he get. Oh god. How greedy are you feeling?
That's a nice in between, actually.
Yeah, I like that. So unfortunately, it does deal in from Moreover, deals into Reach Dora 1. And move us.
Not the worst thing in the world.
Oh, absolutely not. Moves us to East 4. This is a lightning fast Hanchan. So by going by yesterday's theory, then the other Hanchans is still going to be at East 2.
Well.
For reference, yeah, yesterday we had a 20-handed Hanchan on one side, and the other Hanchan was like 9 hands.
Oh, I do not like the way Gwills is playing this. Could have been Honitsu. You had the Dora that's already Mongon. The 1-9 so don't really add anything to this hand. So I'd get rid of those and have a wait and see on the Dora. But instead, this is going to be a cheap, possibly 2,000 hand, probably with a bad weight at the end.
How do you feel about Oi?
Oh, there is the payment.
How do you feel about the Haku open early? Do you feel like the hand has decent enough shapes for it, or would you have gone for the Honitsu line and opened up anyway?
I'd have gone for the Honitsu line and opened up anyway, and then once the South Dora Yakuhai pairs up, well, then you don't even have to worry that much about the Honitsu. You have Hanemon here.
Yeah, Wills does miss out on a Haku Dora free minimum here, but does keep drawing pretty well here. Pairs up the 7-mon now, but Dr. Doc's reaching first.
And waiting on that 6 pin.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Can we? I need to get a
Does
picture
not
of
do hot
I need to get a picture of Carvey Bob and just like slap it up whenever stuff like this happens. Because
Get New York on the phone. We've got to reach Nomi here. South 1. Gwill's dealership. Haku is Dora again.
God damn it, SB2. But yes, no, you are right. South 1, Girls is dealer. Scores are so thin. Like, what, the gap between first and last is, I guess, 12k, but the first
Yeah,
three placements are not more than 6,000 points away from each other.
This is actually still anyone's game. Like, sure, Gwills is last place at 18k, but like, one dealer Mungun gets them right back in the game.
All I need to do is pair up that Haku, and you have an instant Mongon.
Or we may run into that one scenario where everyone is holding one Haku, and everyone has to wait to see who's the first one to cut
Well,
it.
Morovo should just throw it now. There's no reason to keep it. Yeah, it does go ahead and throw it. The hand is reasonably fast, and if you wait on it, your hand is basically dead stuck on it, especially with that 7-7-7-8-9 shape. You can't do anything with the hand. And see, there's your Dora. So you have enough to justify a Ricci and move into continue your first place and move all the way up.
Do you have the hard line limit? Like, is it like if it's the first row, then I can cut the Yakai on a Dora, or do you just sort of play by like relative speed? Say, like if people were
For
not
me,
showing.
it's much more along lines of relative speed. The question a lot of the time is this hand worth risking dealing, setting up a dealer for an instant Mungon, or for that matter, anyone else? But you always assume it's the dealer because you take the worst case.
Ooh, Gwill's getting into 2-shan-10? Pretty nice 2-shan-10
I
though.
think the tiles are kind of smudging on my screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it bad quality?
Yeah, it looks like there's a quality issue.
Is it for USBT as well?
Oh,
yeah,
just
here's on the stream, but the Discord stream's a little bit iffy. But we are back now.
All right. Sorry about that. I guess I can close out some of my tabs. Also, there's going to be a very annoying noise, but I'm going to take a picture of the standing so we can actually see how things shift after today.
Really good draw here for Gwills, adding a possible Sanshoku here.
Gwills' hand is definitely coming together, but time is running out, and they're still, like 2-shan-10 it looks like?
Well, ooh, I don't know that I like the Shaw cut there.
Maybe 4-5-man was possibly a little bit better. They're now going to be stuck on a pretty weird final shape here. And keeping this 8-so as well is a little bit iffy.
I might have cut the 8-mon and then pwned the Shaw that had come out as a result.
Oh, for 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku Dora 1?
Right, the Atazuke. Simply because it's getting late and no one else is showing anything.
Yeah. Morovo Tenpai now, 3-6-man way. Not a lot of they're also Furuchan on that topic. Yeah. Well, Richi's a Yaku.
Tenpai. I was actually thinking about this a bit. I was like, wait a second, this Tenpai is awful.
I am disgusted.
My dude.
No, you don't understand. There's one 5-pin left in the wall. That's 100% Sumo rate.
I clearly don't understand. I have not read Richie Book 2, my dude.
Well, the best part is they're both waiting on it.
Oh, yeah.
So you do have a Tamahane on, so if Morovo or Veggie cuts the 5-pin, they will only deal into Gwills, and that is a chance to shift. However, they don't want to risk the Nakasuji, I suppose. Oh, boy.
Left, it's fine.
Oh, okay, wait.
Triple. Oh, wow. Ooh, now you have to throw the sun. So with the 4-so call earlier, it's fine. It's sun so.
Yeah, it's not so. It's just bad flow for the rest of the game. So we do have 3-person Tenpai, Moreover, Gwills, and Dr. Docs, moving us along to Eat South 1-1. Oh, this is a nice hand. Oh, this is a nice hand. Oh my god. We have
There's a
like
lot of
Everyone's
nice stuff on
looking
the
really good, except maybe DR Docs.
oh, that 7-man just like dramatically increased the quality of Veggie's hand, like ridiculously so.
That was a good draw. If I've
That
ever
was
seen
an
one.
amazing draw.
That was splendid.
Any consideration you guys think cutting the 4-man at the 8-so to greed for Sanshoku? It's a bit awkward, but
Nah.
in terms of just like, you know, thinking about it, I guess.
It's tempting, but I probably would just stick with the efficient play here. The
It's
big
sort of-
problem here is a lot of the time you're going to end up with the 9-man as your Onko, and so you don't even get the benefit of the 6, 7, 8 unless you draw that.
Tenpai here, but no head.
what did you say?
The 4. Oh no, wrong 4.
My dude.
No, if you reach in the
Oh wait,
4,
no, there is a
that's
head.
actually a 4-5 weight.
Yes.
I missed it.
Unfortunate. So that is a reach Dora 1 for 4-pin Tunky, and they're all dead.
Boom.
Oh god, they're all dead.
Now that poem's interesting because it means that Gwill's going to have to throw the Dora into this Ricci.
Which they do decide to take. What is the death sign for Gwills? I guess a 2-so. No, that wouldn't do it. 4-so draw?
I don't know, man. If you're pushing the 9-pin, you're pushing all the way.
Oh
Yeah,
No.
I
I'm
agree.
thinking about like what is a draw that progresses Gwills' hand and involves cutting that 4-pin. Because the 4-pin is not super vulnerable, but it's a little bit.
They would have had to keep the 8-so and then draw exactly the 6-so, forget their 3-10, and throw the 4-pin.
2-so or 3-so would both make it come out.
Yeah, those as well.
Oh, not anymore. So how everyone else reacting? Well, it's interesting that Moreover just decided to hard fold their hand with 2 Dora and the Yakuhai pair. Something, the power of Sokori.
Yeah, from memory.
Dora, 3 Dora. It's a fear of losing first place, which isn't necessarily that bad, but you're so close. You'd like to kill a few things. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that was a unfortunate draw for Veggie and a pretty good draw for Gwills here. Tenpai now 2 5-pin.
There are a lot of 2 5-pins. 1, 2, 3.
And it's just 1500, but you also have to remember the 2300 in the middle. So it's not a bad hand.
This is really just. Oh, wow, why are there so many 2 5-pins as we're getting into this stage? Oh my gosh.
Well, if I'm one of the other players, I'm sitting here going, why hasn't Veggie dropped a single pin tile?
Alright, well, there's one. That's the Aka 5-pin, so the hand is stuck as 1500. Unless they get the Hoite or the Haite. Guess. 5-so draw. Does come out. Nakatsuji, I guess.
Despair.
Despair. Unfortunately, does deal into Tanyao Nomi for Gwills, so that'd be a nice hand for Gwills. Plus 1500 plus 2300.
Oh,
Tanya will end it all, but that's a nice hand to wake up with.
Holy shit.
So what's
this
the
is one of
best?
those hands that's actually deceptive because it looks like a lot of good things can go forward, but all the shapes are really bad. You have a 3-5, a 2-3-5, but you really want the Sanshoku, so it's almost a bad shape. And then you have the 7-7-8-9-9 waiting on Dora. So unless that comes, that whole block is basically stuck.
Mm.
And
So this is a deceptively valuable hand.
Yeah, and it'll be pretty unlikely considering that there's actually 2 Dora already present in Morovo's hand. So
oh,
That's a
it's-
nice draw.
that's
Now
a
that's an
really
interesting
good draw.
situation. I would probably cut 7 so here. But okay, goes with the locking in the Sanshoku. But you could have done that throwing the 7 so anyway. All you really add here is the ability to accept the Dora, and then you have another Tonki situation, which didn't stop Gwills before.
I think everyone here is appreciative of the Tonki weights, so we'll have to see.
There's a lot of chunky weights this game.
Seven pin draw puts
Oh, that's a
vegetative.
perfect draw.
That's disgusting.
That's beautiful.
That's
Wow.
filthy.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
what? I do.
What?
I do.
What? Wait, hold on a second.
8 so doesn't make 9 so or 7 so look safe.
What? Wait, guys, no, this is the big brain, right? He sees 4 7 so's. So maybe he thinks that the 9 so is all on the wall, which is not normally wrong. It just so happens that it's in a pair in Veggie's hand. But then you could still wait on the 9 so with the 6 9 so anyways.
Well, you have people pushing anything anyway, so no, you just take the wider weight here. You have so much value. Richi, Pinfu, Sanshoku, Dora 2. Dealer Hanemon.
That weight is unfortunately already dead.
Unless it comes out from Veggie.
I would be very sad if it came out from Veggie. Well, it does look like Veggie's taking a hardline fold, so I think the only way Veggie deals in is if a 6-0 comes out, right? Because it doesn't.
Well, yeah, at that point you just throw it because what's the chance of waiting on a 9 throwing the 8? That isn't a Rionman.
Five so offer for Dr. Dox does decide to push forward aggressively, puts himself into Keishiki Tenpai for, well, 2-5 pin, but the weight doesn't matter if you're K10.
Right. Maybe forgot it was South Round already. Maybe just wanted the Tenpai, maybe making a Honitsu shift. But there's very few things that feel as bad as that Ipeiko on an open hand.
Does draw it. Now, Ton would be a nice cut here.
I'd definitely cut Ton here. You have another guaranteed safe turn, and anything you draw will be Tenpai.
Yeah, just sort of looks like everyone's falling to the end. 6-0 puts himself into Tenpai for the Tonki 6-0, for which there is 1 left in the wall. Yeah, 1 left in the wall. Ooh, extending their weights to 1, 2, 3 so. 1 so will not be Yaku, but...
Alright, so the 6-0 comes out here. No, okay, there's not enough.
Oh, that's depressing.
Wait, okay, hold on a sec, wait.
No, 5, it's passed.
Yeah. So, 2-man Tenpai, Gwills and Dr. Dox, moving us to South 1-3. Oh god, are we gonna have another 9 Humber?
Oh my god, no. Let me out.
Please,
Let me
no,
out.
I'm go to sleep at some point.
Let me out.
So we'll rebrand this to the Korak sleeping stream, where if you fall asleep during the stream, we'll just have it streaming that instead.
We'll make 250,000 yen while we're at it.
There you go. I definitely have called that 9 so for Morovo, this is a pretty obvious Honitsu shift. Maybe get Shosangen in there too. And now with the Hatsu call, possible Daisangen, but the 9-7 mon really stand out as a slow point in this hand. You really wish you'd called the 9 so right now.
So, no cuttings. So Dr. Dox is already playing a little bit of. Oh, no, actually, that's not true. Sorry, I'll take that back. Wondering. Yeah, okay. So will Dr. Dox try to pass the? No, okay. So he's trying to keep the shapes in the 6. So maybe trying to draw
Yeah, those are
neighbors.
good shapes. You maybe add an Nepeko or that, and now you have a really strong Ishanten.
How greedy is Morova?
Well, you throw the 9 man regardless.
So this is a very wide Ishanten for Dr. Dox, right?
Oh yeah. And then you chi that. Now you find the moment of truth. Okay, just goes for the rational 3,900 plus.
Oh wait, they would have drawn a churn if they didn't chi it. Tenpai for Dr. Dox, 4/7 sir, for reach Tanyao Dora 1. Puts Morova in an unfoldable position. They have to push. Although, Korak, you've mentioned before about folding with 4 tiles in your hand. Is there an art to it, or is it just desperation?
It's usually just desperation. Now it actually has the option because the 7 month passed. Usually do it if you've called a couple times and there the 6-0 comes out, so that ends the hand. But most of what you're trying to do when you're folding the 4 tiles is there were reaches, you were calling for a stupid 1,000-point hand, and you got stuck in Tenpai for 7 or 8 turns, and then people caught up. Then you have to try anything because you can't fight with a 1,000-point bad shape hand.
South 2 now. We dug ourselves out of the nine Honda hell.
Wait. There are literally 3 dealerships to make that statement not true. Don't say things you don't want.
Let me out.
You don't want to backfire in your
South 3.
Curse incoming.
3 South tiles from Veggie and a pair of the Chun. If we go into 9 Honda on Dr. Doctor's dealership, I think I might retire.
Well, Veggie has a really fast hand here. Now, there's a very good chance the non will come out, and I would actually take the Daiminkan, even though I normally hate them, simply because you need value at this point. You're already open, and if nothing else, it should scare people off, giving you a decent chance to sumo and maybe get all the way to second.
We don't hear that very often on, well, anywhere really, people advocating for diamond cons. So it's interesting to sort of see the perspective. What do you... So he's stuck with a 4/5 mon, which is, Dora accepting shape, but there is a chance for Honitsu or even like Toy.
Well, you call that, and I
now
take
it's
a good weight at this point.
Yeah, so I thought that was interesting. But so what would you do if, say, a 5-pin came out? We know that they're dead, but imagine with me for a second. Never mind. That question is just gone.
Awfully tempting, but you have possible 5,200 on Dora. Even if it's not, you still have 2,600. I'd probably pass on it. Well, we get to find out immediately, except that it deals in.
Does deal into 1,000 points, moving us to South 3.
Will anyone...
Oh god, that's a Dora Anchor. Oh, that's a pretty decent hand as well.
Okay,
wow.
Yes.
Well, decent. Yeah, it's not that good a hand because you have 2 Penchon and a couple pairs, but there's so much value here that you don't complain when you get that, especially as first place dealer in South 3.
So looking around, everyone's hands are quite slow except for Veggie. Veggie stands as the final bastion in trying to shut down this hand. If that Southie comes out.
Veggie doesn't want to call if given the option, but there just isn't much to this hand. That 2/4 is going to be an obnoxious. Does pass the Yakuhai.
That
That is a full commitment to a big hand. I don't know that I hate it. It's frustrating seeing that shape, but you need more than 2,000 here. And that's a great
That
draw.
is an amazing draw.
Oh, no. I'm
That's
definitely
no,
cutting
dude.
here.
You gotta cut the south there.
Six-mon isn't a bad discard either, but you have to cut one of those two. Breaking up and locking in your pair, which now kicks out Pinfu possibilities. It kicks out Tanya possibilities. So all that effort and discipline in passing on the first South when it came, the only South, because the Adora indicator just goes out the window now because you threw away your other pair.
And so Toyman's hand is that's
All right.
it's
One
this
step
is a
at a time.
super
wow.
One
interesting.
step at a time.
Oh Jesus!
So what do you think about Suanko?
I mean, we all know Jay loves it.
The Dora Anko is not relevant if you get Suanko, I guess.
Al Tenjo scoring. New
Oh,
rules. Ooh,
okay.
geez.
Now this is an
no.
interesting choice. Okay.
That is exactly what I would do. Wait
Okay.
a turn, see what happens. You'd like the extra draw, but you don't want to reveal the door, especially as first place dealer, unless you have to.
I thought it was just interesting because technically keeping the one pin still, as horrible as it sounds, it keeps Cheetoy alive. Because if you can draw the one pin, you cut a 2-man, then next turn, whatever you draw, you can reach you cutting the shell, which is probably safe. So
That is a fair assessment.
So I think I would have cut the 2-man because I want to keep Cheetoy alive. And I hate Cheetoy, but I want to cash in this hand in any way. But I can
make your decision. I agree with the 2-man there. Because now you can take the 8-pin and go for the Sumo Sananko Dora 3.
However, Quill's coming to swoop in with a 6-9 man weight.
Finally Tenpai after waiting who knows how long. That hand's been in...
Oh!
You take this. You take these!
Juicy.
Alright, so we have a 6-9 man versus 607 pin.
Toy.
The 7-pin is currently dead, and there is one 6-0 in the wall.
So I will make it a buy mod.
Oh wait, no, it's dead too. I missed the one Veggie had.
Oh,
completely.
Whoa, that is a very impressive fold. Even with like from his perspective, there's 3 live tiles? Oh my god, he threw. Huh.
If you're going to throw the 3 of them on there, you might as well reach because I don't mind the idea of waiting on the tile in the dealer's pond, hope that it comes out from Dr. Docs, but if you instant Ricci.
No. Skip the Tenpai.
No. Well, no, it is still Tenpai on the Tonki.
Oh, sorry. Yep, skip the wider Pinfu Dora 1 shape.
Ricci Pinfu Dora 1, and that's a comeback hand. If you're going to throw the 3, you can throw the 4, and you're in pretty good position. But now you're just looking for Tenpai payments, and that's not a good situation to be in. And Morobo realizes this and says, hey, I can fold now. Let's move the dealer to South 4, and I'm still in first place, where the other 3 are fighting with each other. So I like the fold there. This is one of those situations you don't normally think about, but is very important when you're playing both in tournaments and in ranked play, is saying, ooh, but it's not quite enough because we have Ricci Sumo, but no Aura, so it's not a big deal. The 4,000 point swing is basically what it would have been on Tenpai payments anyway. But anyway, the ability to pass the dealer in late South rounds when you have a reasonably sized lead is a really important skill you need to learn.
What would you say though in terms of a league setting where your points matter? I sort of like it's a very casual way to throw a dealer manga where, from your perspective at least, there's 3 live tiles.
Well, it is. It's really tempting to continue going for it, but just the structure of this league, you have huge Umo, you have an Oka on top of that. Really, unless you're going for the Suanko, just doing everything he can to lock up the first is really important.
It should be noted that Morova's team is currently in first place, so they don't need to do any kind of big showy plays. They really only just need to
Well,
secure this
speaking
win.
of big showy plays, there is a Dama 10 for Morovo
There is.
with a super early wait.
We'll never see it coming. Now, they do have to actually finish the hand, but meanwhile, Gwills is progressing towards possibly reach Ipeco Pinfu Dora, assuming they draw the best tiles possible.
Well, it wouldn't be Pinfu because
Oh,
you
yeah.
Oh boy, that's a really good draw. Put some oh, that's an Aka 5, sir.
Ooh.
Dr.
So do you
Docs.
throw it?
Dr. Docs. Dr. Docs. Dr. Docs cannot.
Plays the right one.
So, Con 5,
I
sir.
don't know why you'd throw the 4 mon instead of the 4 pin, but okay.
Oh, now Morova has a decision. Will they cut a live? No, they do not. Leaving themselves open to redraw into Tempai, even if they don't get it. But, you know, cutting the Shah is pretty safe. No need to deal in, etc., etc. 6, so is a very nice draw for Dr. Docs. Puts them into Ishan 10 that can accept the 5, so. And
Throws the Dora into the dealer reach.
I'm defecting.
Hey, it worked out. We take every play that works. If it works, then it's correct.
I see.
Now,
I see.
Situation could have cheated the 5 and thrown 9 so.
So how many 5-stars are there left? We have 1 left after that draw.
Cut the 2 for him on since they already passed. Since Dr. Docs did your work for you, appreciate it.
Alright, so what? Ooh, I'm wondering. I'm just trying to gauge the greed meter, right? So like a 6-so or a 9-so draw for a 6-so draw for Dr. Docs. Will they take the Tempai?
Well, of course, since the 4 is safe. Because that passed after the Riichi. That was actually the Apatsu tile.
Oh, wait, no, because 6-so would mean that they'd have to cut the 2-5 pin, right?
Oh, wait. Let's see.
Sorry, so they'd have to wait. Oh, nice!
Ooh,
that's
I
super
like that.
good. So it does choose to go Tunky on the 5-so for Chun Dora Dora. Gutsy play, gutsy.
Could have thrown the 9-so instead. I think that's Tempai. Yeah. Would have been Tempai waiting on just the 8-so.
Which is actually safer because it's not exposed to the 3-6-0 Suji.
Sixes have passed. You go ahead and throw that 3 every time.
So, reaching the last round of draws. Yep, and we get into a Ryukyoku. So, 2-person Tempai, Dr. Docs and Veggie, moving us along to South for 1.
Oh, it's coming, isn't it? 9 Honda, lads.
3 mon, that's interesting.
Well, Veggie has a Chi Toy / Toy hand, but with a bunch of Doras, so I'd definitely be looking to open this one.
Oh,
and
boy.
That's a really nice draw.
Oh,
so
that's actually kind of exciting.
Do they go for the Toy? I wonder what they do with the first Shark cut. Because with a 5-pin cut, it feels a bit easier to pawn. A little bit.
Yeah, it's a really frustrating shape. You don't want to cut your Yaku high unless you have to, but if that first shot passes and the second one's dead walled, you've blown your chance. So it's something you have to gauge. I'd probably go ahead and call and just wait on the Yaku high at this point, but it'd be alerting. Oh, well, that makes
Oh,
Wait, isn't this
that
like
just
the
makes life easy.
so Chitoy Ishanten, Toy Toy Dora 3 Ishanten. There's just so much that could happen here.
and it should come out next turn from Gwills.
Ooh, a hardline committal. Hatsu does come out. Pon. Now Ishanten
And
for Toy Toy Dora 3. Hatsu Toy Toy
we're
Dora 3,
coming.
sorry.
Oh, this shard comes out all the time.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh
this
boy,
is
that's
enough for
Tenpai.
first place right here.
This is the hammer, and it's coming upon whoever. Oh, it's an awkward wait.
The 5 pin's a really weird thing to come out, though. That's the only problem this hand has.
Railman.
Ooh, now do you take the wider shape? Yeah.
So now waiting for a 4-7 pin for Hatsu Dora 3. 7 pin is super vulnerable in Gwills' hand. But the Tadashi 5 pin should make the 7 pin look a bit spooky. Ishanten for Mirovo. How brave are they feeling? They do cut the 3 pin, so like if you imagine like the 3 pin, the 7 pin, in terms of signaling is a bit identical. That's quite a brave discard for Mirovo.
How many 4 pins are there? Are they all in the wall?
They're all in the wall.
Getting this right. They're all in the wall.
From Morovo's point of view, it's not really that dangerous because he only sees the Akuhai call. All the Dora are hidden right now.
Oh, 7 pin!
There it
Oh
comes.
boy! 7 pin does come out, dealing into Hatsu Dora Dora Aka for 12,000 points. Putting Veggie into a nice second place, 30,000.
Wills was unfortunately the nail in that situation. Gets hammered by that Mangan.
I love I love everything
Oh.
you say, SBT. Please keep talking.
Oh well, if that's a comeback hand, now this is for Veggie. This is definitely a possibly first place securing hand, but I know as has the story been for the entire game. Basically, this is quite
Wow,
awkward.
what a drop.
Never mind.
The pins aren't so
Never
dry.
mind.
Oh, ridiculous. Alright. What are you looking for here? What are you looking for?
Anything. Like, this hand's great.
5 so 3
Oh,
pin.
it's not great, but
9
like,
so would be the ideal draw. You'd be fine with 6 so.
Ooh.
Ooh, now you have to think about the Chinitsu. I might have called that.
I think yeah, so this may be. Oh, that's nice Tenpai.
Well, if you can draw that, then okay.
Richie? Right? Or are you cutting the 3-4-5 for? Oh, how greedy are you, Veggie?
You don't need to be greedy at this point. Riichi Sumo gets you to first. The Damaten. No, I don't like this at all.
Richie for Gwills here, waiting for the 6-9-1 for Reach Nami. Can hit if they can hit the 6-9, it is Takumi. Oh god, that's the apart.
Oh, and it's got you have to deal it basically. You're playing for first.
Oh?
Managed to avoid.
He manages to avoid it. Interesting. I guess doesn't want to deal the Doris Suji.
That'd be the only reason, but that's why you Riichi. This is something I've talked about before. Is one of the best advantages of Riichi is means you don't have to think and question yourself for the rest of the hand.
That's a good mental. That's a very nice avoid. I would be very impressed if it was like a 9-man Tunky for Ipeiko, and they managed to run it off of Rover or something like that.
Ooh, Dr. Dox has a really nice hand coming together. Riichi, Pinfu, Tanya, well, maybe not Pinfu. Maybe Pinfu, depending on what comes. But anyway, Sanjuku, Dora. That's a first place hand.
Oh!
We're back, lads. We're back.
7-pin is Suji to the Richita, which is not. Oh, he's just fully folding.
Unfortunate.
Really doesn't want to deal in on this scenario, but with the first place bonus being so aggressive, you almost imagine you should take it.
Oh yeah, you definitely should be pushing here. Should have pushed and dealt into the Apatsu. As weird as that sounds, it was still the right play.
Quite unfortunate there. We're getting pretty close to that Ryukoku now.
Chi?
Hello?
Sorry, give us a second. We're not quite done yet.
Okay.
5 mon. Oh, I guess they're trying to loop around into Tenpai.
Well, Dr. Calling there is looking for the Tanyao Sun Shukudora, but that didn't help. 4 mon redraw. Does decide to get the 9 so, putting himself into a wider-ish on 10. Well, if he calls, he'll lock up first place. No. One more turn. Throw the 8 so here for sure. Oh no, this hard folding continues. Might have been able to back into Tenpai with K10. Given all sorts. And that would have been it.
Oh, that no.
Oh,
unfortunate. That does hurt a little bit.
Did you prearrange with Veggie telling him that second is okay, Jay?
Does get into Ryukyoku, putting our placement as Morova in first place, Veggie in second, Dr. Docs in third, and Gwills in last place. And we do oh, wait.
We had him, I'll get him back.
We had him before. I don't know where he is now. Alright, let me go copy-paste the log while this is happening.
Morova, welcome to the desk. Oh boy,
Wait,
never mind.
He's not here. He's not. Let's just wait a little bit.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello! Congrats on your win.
Congratulations. That's a very solid win.
Oh, thank you. I think I got many luck here. I just tried to defend in the late game. And I'm very lucky that no one has they both have no many Zumo or something.
So yeah, that's so you got into quite a few hands which were just sort of like shutdowns, right? Where you were aiming to see if you could push people down. So something like this Dharma Pinfu over here, which sort of was folded the instant you drew into a particularly dangerous tile. Yeah, not saying that's a thing. So do you reckon this is more your style in terms of like if you have a lead, you don't want to risk it, even if like you don't want to just deal in, I guess, and let someone else win. In terms of just
I think if normally I will just be more offensive, but now I think my team has already got the first place. And today I have talking with my teammates. I think I should at least maintain the first place for them. So I don't want to take many risks here. So I just want to play very defensive.
So something that came up was if you recall, I don't know if you can join. Can you join the stream on your phone?
I can't see your screen, but could you please tell me which source or not?
Oh, it was South 3 when you had that Suanko chance, Suanko Doris Hanchans.
Okay.
Yeah. It was just more of a curiosity in why you kept the 2 mana over, say, the 1 pin. For me personally, it was like you had the chance of drawing the 1 pin and getting to Chitoi Tenpai.
Oh, okay.
No. Like, just curiosity. Like, did you? Because like Korak said the same thing. He liked keeping the 2 man in terms of just having an extra draw later that you don't want to show everyone you're canning in first place. So purely just wondering from your perspective.
I'm just wondering whether I can have a chance to aim for a slank or something. So, in fact, I think Khan here is an option. I consider that option. So I will leave it to the late game to see what I can draw.
Yep.
So basically here, if I want to fold, I think I have plenty room if anyone reach.
Yep.
So if I can draw a 6-saw or 8-saw, I will immediately con and leech.
Yep. Okay. So you're thinking that the extra draw from the Khan is not worth keeping this very loose Chitoi chance?
In fact, I didn't consider Chitoi at this moment.
Yep, fair enough. It's not a like I'm not saying it's very common. Like you don't really see 2 Ankos and 3 pairs and think, oh, Chitoi. But
yeah,
I was just more wondering in terms of consideration.
And I think as another consideration that I think there is no Hanuman now from through the old league. Am I right?
Sorry.
Is there any?
No, there haven't been any Yakuman yet.
Yeah, Yakuman. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, so you wanted the bounty.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Yep, fair enough.
Did we set a bounty for it? Was it? It was probably a can of Coke again, wasn't it?
You gotta ask Totoro. Totoro would know if there was a bounty for it. But yeah, other than that, very nice defensive play. Sort of just gone to a nice early lead and managed to maintain your lead. So good job.
Thank you very much.
Congrats on your win, and praise be to Chombo Nomi, I suppose.
Chombo Nomi.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Thank you.
So that wraps up the first Hanchans. In terms of the results for the other side, I'll put them up very quickly, just so that we can have a look. So we do have Ron. So in the other Hanchan, which was Zomani Chiteradus, the Last Wise Players, Flame Curse Evil Eye, and the Powerpuff Boys, we do have Last Wise Players in first, Flame Curse Evil Eye in second, Zomani Chiteradus in third, and Powerpuff Boys in last place. So the next Hanchans are starting up soon, right, SPT?
2 minutes.
Yes, alright. So we can now segue into our what would you do with Korak. So Korak, I'm going to send you a picture. And I want you to give me just your personal opinions on the picture.
All right, let's see them.
Alrighty. So I will send it to you, and then you can think about it for a little bit as I try to get it up on the stream so people don't, Let's see. Oh, actually, yeah, let's go with this one. Actually, I'll send 2. And we can talk about both of them, because we'll probably have time. So if you could have a look at the second picture, and I'll bring that up on the stream. There we go. Gosh, I have too many tabs in OBS. It's like kind of screwing me over. Yep.
Professional production lads.
So, what do you think, Korak?
For the second one,
yes,
I think I actually just passed this one. Normally, you'd like to call, but you're stuck waiting on the 7 in 2 suits. On top of that, you're destroying a block, and everyone will be able to figure out what you're doing very quickly. So this hand also has a couple floaters, the Formon and the Forso. They could end up working nicely. So I would just pass this one. It looks tempting with the 2 Dora, the ability to open, but just a standard, straightforward hand seems like it'd be a better option.
Fair enough. So
one of the other things to consider is the Forso. If it comes out, you're theoretically setting a Suji trap. Now, if you're showing 789 Sanjuku, that's not going to do you any good.
Fair enough. I think we asked Daske about this yesterday off stream, and he said this was an iron call, which is super interesting that you guys flipped in my brain, because you're the person who I think would just call everything, and I always... Well, Daske doesn't close everything, but he tries to keep a bit more men's in sometimes.
Yeah, Daske here is looking at the ability to call. The hand is super slow as is, but if you didn't have the floaters, I would go ahead and call this one. But the 2 4s and it's a fully completed block already, for me, that's enough to look for a standard hand. You will probably have the ability to make this call later, but for now, see how the hand develops.
Alrighty, and we'll have a look at the other one I sent you. So it's the first picture.
The first picture, okay. Let's see, I would probably pass this one. It's really tempting, but you're going to end up Otozuke. If you had Sanshoku here, it's an instant call. That's what really hurts this. If it were 2, 3, 4, then you'd feel a lot better about this and say the red 5 was the so. In that case, is an instant call, but I would pass on this one. I just don't like the Otozuke. You have double Ryanman for Ricci, Pinfu, Dora 2, possibly Tanyao. There's so much value here. Yes, it's turn 10 and things are starting to look bad, but there's so much more potential. The only other thing to think about is a 1300 in the middle, but for me, that doesn't quite push it over the edge.
Fair enough. So you think that the Otozuke is justifiable when you have that 7/7 ability, but without the 7/7 ability, it's a bit iffy?
Right.
Fair enough, fair enough. Alrighty. I can pull up some more, but have the other game started with no issues?
Yeah, we are 3 minutes out from the game, so yeah, I've been a very happy person recently.
Well, considering that before you were getting very angry at people who were not joining the games, I would say that that's fair enough. Alrighty. So the other game, 2 minutes out. Let's see. Can I send you a WWID that you can figure out in 2 minutes? Nah, let's not risk it. All right, we'll just sit here and converse like we were doing before.
I mean, 2 minutes of dead time is a lot better than what 10 minutes of dead time.
Yeah,
So the pre-prepared content served its purpose.
Absolutely. SBT, I will. Oh, actually, holy crap! I don't know why this is visible. That's my bad. Sorry. There we go. Yep. So I'm going to change the texts on the next game because we are watching the left game. So it's Genji versus Illegal Lolly versus Miku39 versus Rerial. And until then, yep. Yes, SVT, I'll let you fill in the dead time with your sick slang.
Dance.
Yeah, good banter.
Yeah. So yeah, we, as Jay has mentioned, we've got Genji in the East Sea, Illegal in the South, Rerial in the West, and Miku in the North. Now, looking at standings wise, Genji's team is currently in 7th, followed by, let's see, where's Illegal? 4th, then 6th, and then Miku is 8th. So this is this won't exactly change the landscape of the front of the pack, but the middle rear section of the pack, this will definitely shake it up quite a bit. If Illegal happens to take a 4th place here, notice me Tenpai Uwu will definitely be sweating a little bit for the last couple of weeks of the regular season of the league. Now, Tile Dreaming, Last Wise Players, and Powerpuff Boys each will obviously be looking to take first places. However, first place is probably the most important for possibly the Last Wise Players or the Powerpuff Boys here. Tile Dreaming they're around 40 points behind 5th place and 90 points behind 4th place. So taking a second here isn't the best thing in the world. Obviously, you'd definitely like to take that first, but you can still afford to take a decent, maybe like 28 point second if you really get that far. Meanwhile, the Last Wise Players and Powerpuff Boys, each at -60 and -215, are definitely going to be looking to make some kind of push to set themselves up for not only the last game of tonight after this one, but also set themselves up for next week and hopefully put themselves into fighting range of 4th place for week 8 and 9. Loading into the game finally, we see a reach early from Illegal. Now, we are looking at Sunman Hanchan, so this is Reach Dora. This is Ironclad Ricci. Is this an Ironclad Ricci in your opinion, Korak?
there are a few ways to improve it. The question would be, do you want to connect some to the 8-pin, and with the pay pair, you can't really do anything. So I'd go ahead and reach you just because of the Dora. There aren't that many ways to improve it. Unfortunately, about the only way that would have been improved actually happened, that the 2-mon paired up, and it would have been a really strong Champone. But you can't know that ahead of time.
Mm-mm.
Oh
Now, we
god.
do see 2 3-mons already in Rariel and Miku's hands, respectively. Miku also being able to Tenpai here. We're looking at Tanyao Nomi. Yeah, Tanyao Nomi, 7-mon, 5-so weight. Do you think this should have been a reach, or do you think this Dummer is actually alright?
Oh no, I'm instantly calling. Yeah, see, there's no improvement that was made there. The only real improvements that you get from this hand are 6-mon, 4-so, and
Oh.
6-so.
Oh,
Unfortunate. Deals into reach draw 1 and Ura? Ura 3? No, Ura 3.
so, what was that, 2,600? Or something like that? Yeah,
Plus
2,000.
1,000 each each stick. So,
Ooh.
and that's a nice hand to make up for the unfortunate deal in.
Wait. Are we not looking at Illegal's hand, which is like Ishanten, 2 Shanten for Pinfu
I mean,
Sanshoku?
there's a lot
I'm
of good
looking at
hands
Miku.
everywhere here. Genji is also Ishanten on well, Pinfu, but relatively fast.
Wow, everyone has fast hands this time.
2-pin drop, interesting.
Gives up on the Sunshoku possibility, elects to take a faster route to Tenpai here. That is illegal.
So sorry.
That is illegal.
No, I'm so sorry. I just I don't know. Quick Hatsupon here for Miku 39. Does put themselves into Tenpai for, Ishan 10 for Hatsudora Dora. Reach for
Tenpai
illegal.
now.
Yeah. For
No.
Reach Nomi. Waiting for the 1-so 4-pin. There are a lot of 1-sos in the wall. So we see that Miku 39 is aggressing into the hand. I imagine that the 8-mon cut is a reaction to the very early 9-mon, where if you have a shape something like 6, 7, 9-mon, even though 9-mon is the Dora, you probably don't cut that naturally yet. You could draw the 8-mon and improve it. So maybe a reaction to hoping that the early 9-mon cut is a signal of isolation rather than of a 6, 7, 9-mon cutting the 9-mon.
Raphael decides not to take the Tenpai there, but it would have required cutting the red 5-mon.
Tenpai for Miku 39, waiting for the 5-pin. There is one 5-pin left? Yes, one 5-pin left. But their hand is quite big, Hatsudora Dora.
Well, it's a pretty sneaky Nakasuji. There's a decent chance it comes out, but I think we all know what's about to happen here. Yeah.
Unfortunate. Does deal into Reach Nomi? Reach Nomi. So 2,000 points, going straight to illegal, moving. Oh, what the hell?
This is yeah.
Look at Raphael's
That's a hand. These are all hands.
This is a Rariel versus Genji kind of hand where, it's by no means Miku 39 or Illegal Lolly's hand is bad, but look at the quality difference.
Wow, the second turn Dora cut. I don't know that I like that. I would have cut the 1-2-mon first.
If you're gonna cut the 1-2-mon anyway, you might as well hold on to the Dora for a little bit longer.
I think it was a reaction of keeping the Sanshoku alive, because before then they didn't have the Hanchan 8-pin, so I don't mind kind of.
It still would have required a shift, because even without it, it was going to be 2, 3, 4. Ooh, okay. Takes the cheat quit 2000, and there it comes.
Nice. So, not only for speculative purposes, I suppose. I wonder what Rariel would have done if they'd drawn, say, a 2-pin. Would they have dropped the Tenpai for a very, very wide Ishanten for Honitsu, maybe Honitsu Itsu, maybe Honitsu Hatsu, something like that?
Well, once you're open, you just want to finish the hand with a good shape. But I don't think I don't like the open in the first place. There was so much value there that was quite possibly Mungan. It was probably Mungan, possible Hanemon. There was so much value there to just win it quick and fast with 2,300 is a little depressing.
Fastest Tenpai in the West for illegal. Early Chun Pon does draw into Tenpai for Chun Aka waiting on the the Kanchan 7-man.
I would have owned that because the Tonki is a lot better to move around, especially if you draw a Dora, then you're set up for Mongon right there. Because a Tonki isn't that much worse than a Kanchan, especially when you're talking the 8 versus a 7.
Very interesting shape from Miku 39. The Penchant does come out. It's gearing up to be a pretty decent hand. Now, illegal does choose to cut the 4-man, so rather than forgoes the 3-man option of improvement to, I guess, isolate the 7-man weight and maybe have a Suji trap if they think the other players are following. Ooh, there's that thing that Korak was mentioning where you could have gone Dora Tonki.
Yeah, Dora Tonki, it's annoying, but this Kanchan, unless you draw the 5, which now no longer even applies, you're just not gaining anything. And a Tonki can switch to so many convenient things. You could be waiting on pay, you could be waiting on the East, something you don't want to throw out later. You could connect to one of your other shapes. There are so many better ways to adjust to the Tonki. And now you're just in this situation where you're stuck on a Kanchan. Thankfully, it's Suji to the Riichi.
Ooh.
That's lit.
That, yes. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
All right. What do you... Okay. Illegal has ways out of this hand. Essentially from that 4-so drop makes the 1-so super safe. So... Oh, Troopin is an interesting one. It is safe against... Oh... Unfortunately, does deal into... Sorry, I didn't even complete my thought. I just thought it was interesting that Tupin was actually pretty safe looking. But
Dealt into the cheapest hand, but all 3 Riichi sticks makes that a decent win.
Basically a free 2.5 on hand there. East 4 now. Miku dealer
wakes up with a decent hand, a few extra honors. Miku has possible Itsu there. The door is a really weird situation in that hand, though. Well, now you have the question of do you just throw it now and take your whitest Ishan, but the 8-so makes a lot more sense to me.
Iso instead.
Guess they... Oh, okay, there's the reward.
Oh.
So will they build a block? They are, okay. So they want to float building a block out of the 6-man. Thinking that maybe a Mangan Sumo, like something like a Reach Pinfu Sumo Dora 1 Ura would be, landscape changing with all of the very cheap hands that have been happening so far. Nines, oh, that is a...
Trying to Ipeco like that. That's also Chitoi Ishan, and Chitoi waiting on Dora is never a bad thing.
It is a shortcut to Hanemon. Which is a 6,000. Oh, nice. Okay, then that's pin food.
Well, okay, yeah. Cut your 6 pins or your 3 mons.
Isha. Oh, sorry. True Shanten for Genji. See what they have to fill in. They have to fill in. Oh, God.
Tenpai.
Oh, God.
Miku.
That is a terrifying hand.
Where do I get these magical hands?
And Illegal saying, we'll find out. Boy, I'm glad I threw the 2-so last turn.
Oh, okay. Alright, so I was interested in if Miku was... Not Miku, Illegal would have pushed in that hand or not. 6-man draw here gives Genji an option. Does cut the 1 pin, which is pushing, but it is a terminal, so it is, safe-ish.
Safer, but not quite.
Yeah. he does have a choice in. Oh, okay, that is a scary tile. Drawing Dorasuji doesn't feel good. They have to decide. Okay, so 2-pin.
With the 3-man cut, the pair cut, the 2-man looks reasonably safe here. Especially since you've already thrown one, it'd be one chance into the dealer who already cut the 3-man pair already. Of course, you have the 6-so as a safe tile. You really can't push with this unless you get Tempai, though.
Yeah, okay.
And we are we out? Maybe.
It feels bad to be out with such a nice looking hand, but I
Yeah,
think it
it
might
definitely
be.
does.
Oh, does dig in and cut the 9-man.
Well, it's going to be interesting if the 4-man or 8-man come out and it gets cheated, because then the 2-3. Oh, as I said, if I'm in that situation, I chi, throw the Sun So, and then next turn throw the 2-so and deal in.
Oh gosh.
Now we do see Rariel looking to now be out of the hand after chasing a Chinitsu, it seems.
Oh no!
Oh no,
No.
the 2-so there is bad. You definitely throw the 3 first.
So it does deal in, reach pin through Peiko Dora for 12,000 points right to Miku 39, and now I think they've switch places is not the right word, but yeah, no, I want to say switch places. Right?
No, that's definitely a little bit of leapfrogging here. The point exchange is very important, not only for this game, but in the general landscape of the league itself. This hand as well is it's coming together for Miku. Not exactly the most value in the world, but
You're forgetting Ura 3. You're forgetting Ura 3.
I love Ura 3, but like,
what do you think that last 9-man is? It's in the Ura Dora.
Legal has an interesting hand here. Probably cheap. Might be able to get something useful if you can connect to the Hatsu closed.
May choose to open it and just try to pass on second place's dealership.
Yeah, I mean, you take it, you move to continue your first, but if that happens first, you're in trouble.
So
this should just be a hard fold from Genji. There is no incentive to push this.
Seems to be 3 tiles left, if I'm counting this.
Ooh, that's a push.
That is not a fold.
So, Korak, in your opinion, hard fold Haku or hard fold 8-pin?
8-pin first. It's not a hard fold if you're throwing Haku.
Yep.
Because Haku still could deal in. You have Toyman here who has a very good chance of having the other pair, who you'd ideally want to deal in, but you want to dodge the Apatsu first. Because you still don't know where it came from.
Liko and Ishan 10. Rangman for reach Dora 1. We'll have to see how aggressive they choose to play Concern.
You sound nervous there. Are you nervous?
No. Okay, so they do choose to cut the Hatsu, so they are not playing hardline. Oh, okay. Why is there a pause? That's a weird pause.
That's the artificial
Tenno lag.
pause, yep.
Oh, 1-pin draw. Will kill Illegal's hand unless they can draw 1-pin, I guess.
Well, this is one of those interesting things where if you have an early 5-drop, the 1-4 and 6-9 shapes from that suit both look really bad. And with the 8-pin before that, the 1-4 is going to look reasonably bad compared to other Tsuji.
So it's sort of like you'd be extra nervous in cutting the 1-4 pin already, even if it...
Right.
Yep.
Basically because you never throw a 5-pin without a reason. And it's obviously not going to be a Junchan hand that early, especially with the 9-so pair. It looks like a pretty standard hand. Could be Chitoy, but again, that'd be really weird to cut a pair from. So, most likely it's a good weight. And the only Suji you had any information on before the Richi was the 1-4 pin.
Oh, the hand keeps trying to bait Illegal into getting into Tempai.
So are you sure you don't want Tempai?
Well, throws the 9.
It is a no chance, so that does make sense.
Yeah, it is no chance from that perspective.
Yep. actuarial here. Okay. I want to note that we still haven't seen a 9-man, so, you know, Uradora.
I mean, yes.
Oh, okay,
No, you can't cut live Dora on turn 16.
I know, but like it's tempting him. It's like it's the siren's call. It's constantly tempting him, baiting him into doing.
Ooh, now that one pin looks tempting.
Now in trouble.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah.
Reach or 3. Unfortunately, does deal in to reach Nami. Only 2,000 points, so you know, not too horrible. This is oh my god, Ishan 10 for Tan Pin Sun.
Wow.
Tan Pin Sun Shokudora 1. If you could roll the 7-man, or even just reach Tan Yao San Shoku Dora 1.
Or even just reach Tanyao door. It's like anything is good here.
Yeah.
It's like I would take any Tenpai here.
I find that deal in a bit
I will
interesting.
take that Senpai
Oh,
here.
that's disgusting.
Well, that's one way to get out of 4th place.
Wait, with the hand before, didn't Illegal have a 7-man left over? Oh, it doesn't matter. But like,
Yes, he did.
so it was a bit greedy to cut the 1 pin then, because it was safety.
Right, it was, do I want to push? The extra Dora at that point don't actually make any difference because the hand is going to be Tenpai or not Tenpai. You're not expected to actually win that hand.
A good hand from Genji, but we do see the weights evaporating quite quickly here. 3 5 pins and 3 2 pins already out, so only two weights left in the wall somewhere.
Hard fold, it seems, from Illegal, cutting the 3-man. Yeah, hard fold from Miku39 as well, so...
You probably could have thrown the 8 pin, for assuming Sotogawa, but it's fine to fold this.
So... Oh, right, yes. For the audience members who don't know, Sotogawa is a defense theory which states that the first few discards of a closer to the middle tile, so like an 8 or a 7, indicates safety towards the terminal. So an early 7 pin can indicate safety towards the 8 or 9 pin, and like an early 8 so can indicate safety in the 9 so. The concept being, if you had something that needed the edger tiles, you wouldn't cut it that early.
Not only that, but if you did, then you're going to cut the whole block later, so it'll show up in your discard really quickly.
So that is Sotogawa for those who don't know.
Sotogawa at a glance.
I don't get it.
Oh, you've never seen those lecture series?
No.
Oh, it's like X at a glance, and it's kind of like what is it, like programming for dummies, but a little bit more little bit nicer of a phrasing.
2-5 pin is dead, which is really sad. Like, this is like supremely miserable for Genji. You don't pick up a better hand than this, and just the way
you're going to review it in the replay and be just a giant.
Oh my god!
That's not fair.
Oh,
That's not fair. That's not fair.
That's that hurts.
That hurt me in the soul because
Miku Senpai, that hurt.
Miku redrew into that. He cut a Haku, cut other tiles, redrew into the Haku.
Oh no.
Man. Okay, Dora 3. Okay, let's not get our hopes down, fellas. Dora 3 is a good way to get back into it.
Well, no, but that last hand, that's one where you just take a screenshot and capture it. This is Mahjong.
Is this Mahjong? Chunpon for Miku39 looking to shut down this Dora 3 hand very quickly. Of course, Miku39 can't know that, but general Kawashi Tear principles. Does not choose to take the white Hanchans, wanting a way out of the hand if someone reaches early.
I would definitely have thrown the.
Oh boy!
Ooh, wow!
Oh boy.
I would. Yeah, I don't like the. I'm glad the con didn't happen here, but you still have the ability to catch the 3-pin or 5-pin now.
Plus, South is, even with one cut, it's pretty hard to get into a Yakuhai pair. So, let's not swim alone yet.
That's good. We're getting there.
Huts.
You can think about the con here, but I'd still wait another turn.
Oh,
Oh,
5
oh
mod.
no, I don't like that at
Hmm?
all. You have so much to connect to. Your shapes still aren't locked down. The 7-pin could end up connecting to a 9-pin, which you don't really want.
3
There are
so
all sorts of reasons that goes bad.
Tenpai here for Miku 39, waiting on the pin Sanso, praise be. For Chun
Now
Nami.
you
Now we're in
Can't.
trouble.
Oh.
Now we're in Now we're in trouble.
Tenpai for illegal. Does Ricci waiting for the 4 Oh god, the 7-pin is
Now we're in trouble.
Oh no.
7-pin rule, please.
7-pin is okay. What is
Oh.
the death tile? What's the death tile? What's a tile that you cannot
so.
use?
Like 6-pin deals in for Genji.
No,
Yeah.
6-pin. Oh yeah, 6-pin deals in the other way, but at least that way is not miserable.
I mean, Dora losing Dora 4, you're always miserable.
Yes, I find this really
Sanso
brave
is
Ricci
the worst
considering that.
tile to drop.
I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you.
Well, that'll do it. Here it comes. That's a cheap end. You reach this instantly.
Oh, what the?
Wait, surely not. You have to. Yeah. All right. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have.
And that's negative score now.
Unfortunate. Does deal into Chun Dora Aka, with the Khan Dora giving Miku 39 another one. I found that a really brave option for illegal to choose to Ricci, considering that all of one side of their round evaporated in an instant. Probably.
Well, you have the other part where everyone else thinks it's safe all of a sudden.
Right, as in who would Ricci on a 4-7 pin?
Right. Of course, it came from the one person who didn't really have a choice about it, but no, I could definitely see Miku throwing that into a Ricci there.
Oh, Miku 39 just picking up these very, very nice hands. One man. Yeah, going for that Tanyao Ipeiko. Maybe even just Chiing and going for either Tanyao Dora 1. We'll have to see.
Now, we should know we are at Honda 4.
Oh, yes. How could I forget? 9 Honda incoming. Korak, I hope you didn't want to sleep anytime soon.
Brains.
Oh, boy.
So illegal has a pretty good hand. And oh, that's a nice draw for Miku. The whole shapes are really awkward, but it at least lets you add the Ipeiko now. And still keep the door. I definitely don't like that cut. You can cut 3-pin, you can cut 7-pin, you can cut the 8-mon pair, but you definitely need to keep that 5-so.
Not Mario, sorry, Genji. Oh, okay. Actually, it's still there. It has an option for Sanshoku. 5-6-7. Will take some imagination to get there, but at this point, you're really imagining for the best case scenario. And Tenpai for Reach. Yes, Reach.
That's not what you want to have when you're at negative 4,300.
Tenpai for Ariel. For Menon. Ipeiko. Nice. 8,000 slap in the face to Miku 39 will bring them very, very closer to that goal. Oh my god.
On the Genbutsu, that's just brutal. You can't do anything
Genji
about
just
that.
doesn't get a break. There's no break.
Well, we'll see if the power of Sanso will do it.
This he's been getting a lot of break hands. They just fail the final step of actually finishing.
All right, that's
a nice draw.
That is
3-2 Fudor. Ooh, okay. I don't like that at all. Simply because you may end up getting an Onko, especially in the 9-so.
Does
or you can do that.
Yeah, you know what? Just make us eat our words, like whatever.
Ooh, okay. Illegal opening up for Honitsu or Chinitsu. We'll have to see what they get.
Now, this is an interesting situation. I would not call the 6-9 pin.
Ooh. Yeah, I can
Okay,
see
fair
it.
enough. I can see that.
Yeah, I'd cut the 7-8 right now because you don't know what you're about to deal into. Something looks suspicious here, but with the 1-2-3 call, but you might as well get rid of it. You have Mongon.
Oh wow! Plus offload the
no,
Dora.
no, deserves everything. This whole Hanchan now.
Wait. Oh wait, no, never mind. Sorry, I forgot this is not double ton anymore. I thought if it was double ton, it can make sense not to feed the Honitsu on your right.
Right, but we moved to south right. Well, it gets to Tempai anyway.
That Chinitsu is progressing. It's not going to end up
That
on a pretty
is a
way,
really
but it's,
nice shape.
it's progressing. That's for sure. Gee. Cutting the 6-0. Very determined to end up on the Atazuke for Rariel.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have a problem with it. Plus, at this point, you may be bluffing Itsu.
Oh.
Ooh, Pon. Haku Pon for Rariel. 4-7 pin for Haku Dora 1. Nice Kawashite for Chinitsu on your right. And, sorry, Chinitsu on your left. That's Tenpai. Kan 3 pin for Chinitsu. Aka 1. Oh my god. Why is everything happening so quickly? Alright, we have Chinitsu Dora 1 on the right for each for the Hanchan 3 pin, for which there is 2 left. 4-7 pin on the opposite. Khan didn't add any Dora, but it did go send their hand from 30 fu to 40 fu, which is always good. Genji's hand stays the same value, so 5,800 for Genji.
Nah, there's aura potential now.
Oh
no, Genji's open. There's no aura potential.
Oh boy! Oh, here comes the hammer.
Here
comes the you can't avoid.
Oh god!
No, this is what you get for blaspheming Sanso. Yes, does deal in to Chinitsu Aka 1 to illegal lolly, sending us to South 2. Oh boy! Oh, Sanso again. Okay, you know what? Genji's opening hands have been insane, but they've all been terrible omens for what the hand's gonna be. So, fellas, let's just imagine what the worst case scenario for this hand is.
You call and you get stuck on the 5-8 wait, or you get greedy, go for Sunshuku and get stuck.
And then someone reaches and you just draw their parts tile, but you have to push. Yep. Yes. Right.
At what point do you just say, okay, I'm winning whatever I can, I'm going to minimize the losses? Because
this point for me personally is this point.
You're not getting out of fourth at with this.
Yes, you play EV at this point. You literally open the textbook on Mahjong and you just read it, and whatever that says, you do it because you're probably not changing your placement.
Yeah, I was wondering about especially the 7-mon cut. There were possibilities to go Sunshuku here, and I don't know that the South adds anything to this hand. And now we see that you could have gone that way. That at least gets it to Mongon with 5-6. Ooh, call that. Yeah.
Cutting the 5-so is super interesting. Loses Tanyao Chitoy chance. Loses drawing the 5 pin of the 5-so for that Tanyao Ipeiko Dora 1. Don't know if I like that one too much, to be honest.
And this is the other problem with keeping the South is the later this goes, the better chance someone has to draw it into a pair. And that's exactly what's happened. You have to chi this one too and throw it.
Or not.
Oh, no. I don't like that.
I think the... Oh, nice. Can't 3-pin wait. Do they choose the Dharma? Because it is a 7-7 Dharma and 3-pin just passed. Yes, so they do choose to rely on the... Yeah, 7-7, all could wait, and it just passed, so anyone who doesn't need the 3-pin, which obviously from our perspective... Okay, never mind, Sorry, I guess I should just stop talking, because apparently everything I say is wrong. Tsumagiri Richi. Oh, what the
I,
Wow.
Unfortunately, if Illegal had stayed Dharma, he would have been able to run off that 3-pin. I'm going to guess the 3-pin would have come out.
That 3-pin
Oh,
was
yes, it
most
definitely
likely coming out if that reach didn't happen.
Oh boy.
Oh, anyways, we're talking about the worst possible situation for Genji. Well, we're in it.
Yeah.
But they can use the 3-pin, and there's only one 3-pin left.
Well, the Otozuke, where it never comes because it's either stuck dead in the wall or someone has a pair, and you just have that 2 Dora.
Oh, okay. I'm now seeing what the worst
And
case
you
scenario.
still have and you still have that south, which now looks really, really bad because you didn't get rid of it when you had the choice.
So, Tenpai here for Miku 39, 5A pin, looking to shut this down. Does deal the live 6, which is Dora Suji, to try and, I guess, Kawashite this hand away, I presume.
Dealing all sorts of live tiles. The South came out as well.
Yeah, Genji probably felt really good about that South coming out, making the one tile he was worried about pass, but there were so many ways this hand could develop. Speaking of, where are the pay?
Well, wait, what do you mean? There's one.
Well, Miku found one, so there's one left in the wall somewhere here.
So we do get to Ryukyoku. You can
Yeah,
literally
so the
can't
pay
do it.
was the third pay was buried deep in the wall, and then the fourth pay
was in the dead wall. That's your worst case scenario.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's just all kinds of nightmares. Oh, pay Dora. Okay, so by the law of opposite logic, this hand for Genji is super mediocre, so this is going to turn into like a mention.
Yeah, like a mention, reach mention, or a free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, why stop there? Sure.
Oh well,
Wait,
not
okay.
anymore.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm defecting.
Okay, I don't know what Genji's trying to do with this one. Is that a brute force Kokushi? No, the 4 pins are really bad cut there. You don't really know what way you're moving forward, but as a result, you're keeping the one mon over it, the Tuso over the 4 pin. You have possible Chinitsu, Honitsu if you draw the right stuff. It's basic tile efficiency. It's just really bad. I wouldn't blame him for being super tilted right now, which is what that looked like to me.
Yeah, there's the way. I mean, we've been literally watching the perspective of just dreams. Oh god. Oh god. Look. Oh.
And right on cue. Oh.
What did you do, Genji? Did you sacrifice the wrong goat to the gods or something?
Oh god, the two.
Oh, and it's Shinitsu Dora now.
Dude, my heart can't take this anymore. I actually am like writhing in physical pain from this. The ton. Oh god, a part of me, bro, has this literally like the last time I felt like this was watching Cheese int down to about negative 20 or 30k.
We're about to get there. Yeah.
I don't know how to say. I don't know words anymore. This just hurts.
I mean, Genji's been here
we haven't
before.
look at the other people, but illegal is Ishanten for Chitoy, and Raphael's looking really good right now. Ishanten for Rian Shanten, so still has a bit to go. And Biku has some work to do because even if you do get Tenpai, it's probably bad shape.
Oh, that 7-pin hurts to draw. I'm not gonna lie. Everything that's being drawn hurts. Yep. So full committal to Shitoy from illegal over here. Hanchan for Miku 39. Ishan 10 for, I guess, Reach, Tanyao, Dora 1, plus the Kanfu, if they can draw a 3 or 5 mon.
Yeah, I don't like the 4-mon cut there. You're not actually adding any Ukairi by doing that, and you're making it much harder to call, because now you can only Chi and be on Atazuke then.
So, like, generally speaking, at least in your opinion, correct, is like just having Pon tiles better than just having Chi tiles, even if the Chi tiles look a bit better?
Generally, yes, especially when you have someone who's going to be throwing basically anything, which is what's happened here.
Oh, Tenpai. 4 illegal. Chitoi Nomi. Waiting on that 3-pin.
Two mon would be the normal cut here since it just passed.
6 mon.
Which deals in.
Which deals into Tanyao. Maybe it was tactical. Maybe just wanted the dealership to be over.
Well, generally you don't want to kick yourself to second, but...
Oh no, they were already second.
Illegal had that really nice Dama. Didn't have any value, but certainly had the wait what factor. Illegal has a pretty good Honitsu hand. Raphael has some decent shapes, probably Mentampi Dora. So that's a pretty good hand, especially as dealer. Miku has an Ishanten, and well, that's the easy way to do this game, is get your third turn Richis in.
Alrighty.
That's definitely not what Genji wants to see.
Genji's opening hand was not something he wanted to see. I don't think we. let's not.
Genji is just saying, "Let me free from this suffering. Just sumo and end it, please.
Let me out.
Let me out. Let me out. Let me out.
There's I don't know what to say. Like, there's nothing left to be said. Ricci here from Rariel.
Ricci Tanya Dora, so that's a really nice hand to pick up, but one of the outs comes to Genji, so that's probably never coming out. That leaves, what, 2 outs versus...
a lot.
5 outs for Miku.
Oh, the Akatsubo. Holy shit.
The best case scenario. Reach Sumo Pinfu Aka. And no Aura. Alright, so
moves us to South 4. Whew. Alright, let's assess the situation. What does everyone need? Rerio needs a Hanuman Sumo, because they are not quite 12,000 points from it, unfortunately. Illegal needs a 1326 Sumo. Oh, sorry. Okay, 1k, 2k Sumo would draw them for first place, because we are doing split Uma. Or a 1326 Sumo would just guarantee their first place, or an 8k Ron off anybody else would give them first place, and that's a really early Ricci.
Ricci, Ipeiko, Dora.
Oh, this is enough on
Yes,
a
this is enough.
Sumo.
On a Sumo or on Aura. Now, unfortunately, there's only one left, but it has a decent chance of coming out from Raphael.
Yeah, so I guess Illegal's just hoping to Sumo it. Oh gosh, Rariel. Okay. So something that's actually saving Rariel here is he needs a Hanuman Sumo, not a Mangan Sumo, to get first place. So
well, at this point, you're probably just playing for second. The early Ricci by someone you're fighting already with, the hand just doesn't have that much value by itself. So I'd just be looking to get anything I can here. Obviously, direct hit's the dream, but looking for Hanuman just seems like too much at this point.
Especially with the hand as it is. Pawn from Miku 39.
Tenpai now, 4-7.
Oh, throws the Dora into the Ricci.
Brave.
I don't know about this. There's no
Throwing
Agariana.
stuff
Again,
near
goes
the Dora. Wow.
I think that
That-
maybe
that
the
is
mentality for Miku39 is that he is thinking that Illegal has a big enough hand.
Ooh, goes for the
boy.
greedy play. But that's it. We have Illegal taking first place with Ricci, Sumo, Ipeco, Dora, Ura.
Oh.
both the and the Aura.
Very, very good. All right, so we do end, yes, Illegal in first, Miku39 in second, Raryo in third, and Genji in fourth. Did we pull up Illegal for an interview?
They are ready to go.
Alrighty, bring him in.
Just
All right, let
rather
me
not-
get the log. All right, Illegal, I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for the kind words.
You already got them in the voice chat, right? So, essentially, this was everyone was beating up on Genji. Did you feel a little bad?
Yeah, for sure. Like, especially that Hanchan Jingitsu run, that was really heartbreaking. I think, right?
So we sort of saw a lot of so yes, as you were mentioning before, this this Chinitsu way, it was definitely you like sort of shifting towards a very, very aggressive hand. So when you got offered the 2-pin, you cheat to go for that Chinitsu, with people being further away. Did you think about if this could turn into like a Tanya Pinfu Dora shape, or did you just think like this is such a nice Pinzu block? Let's just get rid of the 7 so's, and I could even fold on these 2 tiles.
I was thinking like if I got the draws, like in fact, so for example drawing 6/8, so I'd probably switch over to the Pinfu. But like since it's just like one block and it's just a pair, like I figured it'll be just be worth it to switch to a Hong and Sora Chainsaw.
There was an interesting thing that happened. It didn't end up profiting for you, but it was a Cheetoy switch cutting the ones. Yeah, so here. So let us let me know what your mentality was in terms of was there anything even considering cutting, say, a 3/4 pin? That way you stick to that Cheetoy and have Toy shapes? Or did you think 2/5 pin is pretty good and I could also just like cut the 3-man or the 7-man pair?
I was only thinking of Toy Cheetoy, so like I wasn't considering the Ramen at all. But at this point, I was just thinking, oh, okay, I'm not gonna pawn because that's too risky. Might end up like, say for example, Shimocha Richi's. I'd just be like stuck in a place where you really don't want to be.
Yep. But if you're considering only the Cheetoy or Toy, isn't 3/4 pin a good mid ground? That way you don't cut the one, so you don't lose the anchor of the one, so.
I was going to cut the 4 pin as soon as I could, but I just wanted to maximize the Kata.
For the Cheetoy, yes. Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough. And then you got that very nice hand towards this end here, where you have the Gyakuten chance if you can sumo it. Would you? Okay, so it's a very hot take, and I'm just asking it. Would you have skipped a win?
I had auto run on.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, I was just hoping for the 1 error, and that'd be enough for the overtake.
Yeah, completely.
I did end up getting it, but it was a 2 anyway, so.
2 plus error, so it didn't really matter. Yeah. But yeah, so overall, very nice play. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy you're on my team, so.
Yeah. I was floating a lot early on, so like, it felt pretty bad, but in the end, like I came back pretty massively.
Yep. Anything else from you guys?
No, that's it. You've covered it all. Like that was just just solid play all around. Like as we have mentioned, a little bit of beating on the person who's already in the dirt. Shame on you.
Yeah, shame.
Honestly, that was pretty good for me, just as like he was doing a lot of weird discards, let me call a lot, I think.
Yep, fair enough. But yeah, congrats on your win. Hopefully we'll see you again on the interview.
Alright, thank you so much.
Alright. So that does the other Hanchan, if I'm not mistaken, is already ended. So we'll bring up those results real quick. Let's see. Yes. So So on the other side of the bracket, we have Ronald in first place for Team Zomoniji Terrorists, AUNSW Wanderers, MCR Ricci. Man, he has been performing very, very well.
Yeah, he's a big lad right about now.
Yeah, solid Rentai. Like, I don't think I've often seen him get a third or a fourth in second place. Carnival Funds Poseidon in third place, and Doris for Losers Cheese in last place. So we are going to take a short break before going into the next series of Hanchans. They will start at 9:05 AEST, which is in about 15 minutes. So we will catch you guys then. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the stream. We are starting up the third and last Hanchan of the day. We have Sigma here in the east seat, Cheese in the south seat, Nosti in the west seat, and Oz in the north seat. This is a spicy one.
This is the spice match this week.
Yeah, looks like a great match.
All the better for Korak to bring the hammer down on any mistakes. So, it's a slight delay. In terms of looking at the scores, it's really interesting. We have 2 teams dead and 2 teams very far ahead. So, it almost like the 2 teams in the bottom two, so Sigma and Cheese will probably Zensu a lot. It's hard to imagine where they're not just going to play first or bust.
Definitely. It's interesting on that topic. It's just like, what does Oz do? Because when you start thinking about it, it's like, these 2 guys are probably just going to push everything. How do I play? My team's currently in first. Do I need to match their aggression, or can I pull back a little bit? Can I afford a third? Can I afford a fourth even? Yeah, this especially, I think the question actually is more relevant maybe even for Nosti, whose team's currently in third place, and it's a very tight margin. If Ozbol happens to fold a fourth and Nosti takes a first, that switches up the landscape of the top 4 quite a bit. So yeah, this match is definitely going to extend not only for like the personal players pride and glory, but also into the league setting itself, I think.
Bit of a late start on this Hanchan. I'm guessing it started a little bit late. But yeah, no, I completely agree. And also, it's just sort of like Fiorichis are going to be less prevalent when you have 2 players who have to push anyways, right? So
you're definitely going to be aiming for better shapes. You may even pass some tempais you normally reachy if you know people are just going to push anything. Because when you get those good shapes, instead of getting a possible 8 outs every time you draw, you're getting possibly 24 because it could easily come out from the other 2 at the same time.
Speaking of, good hands but not so good shapes, we are... Actually, no, I take back what I said. That's a decent shape. Dora in Nosti's hand here. We have quite a few runmans to move his hand around, so we're looking at making here.
Very, very nice Ishan 10 for Nosti already. Reach maybe pin through Dora.
Oh wow! Ooh. Now it's Infu on top of it.
1 mon, surely. 4 mon.
What? Oh, okay. No, that's simply wrong. You have 2 choices here. There's nothing wrong with the 1 mon here. But anything else is going to come off really strange. I mean, even the really weird Chi toy. Oh, yep, there's the immediate backfire.
No, not backfire.
No, this is fine.
Oh,
it's fine.
Anyway,
never mind.
It didn't matter in the end.
So the backfire was a 5 mon. If you drew like an Akka 5 mon, that would have been like super backfire.
Absolute disaster, right?
Yeah. Does get into draw the right side and gets into tempo for reach.
Oh,
fuck.
No.
It's
already starting. It's already starting.
Holy shit.
3 parts, Pinfu, Dora 2. No Aura, thankfully enough. But Mungan to start the game is very nice for Nosti, but not so good for SA.
So the only possible advantage of throwing the 4 mon early is if you do get Tempai and the Shampoo, then you can wait on the 1 mon. But just generally, you're giving up so much Ukaere there for a slightly better weight and losing Pinfu at the same time.
Pay Pun. It's hard shove Honitsu.
Oh yeah, I definitely go for the Honitsu there. That's Mongon. You have good shapes all over, and
oh god, never mind.
Okay, never mind. You have 2 Dora. I guess you just take the Tempai for dealer Mongon.
All right.
Oh, this
No.
is so tricky. This is so tricky because... Oh, wait. No, never mind. Sorry.
No one has any idea what it is. It's just a really good weight this
Oh,
early.
Yeah. If cheese gets lucky and starts overflowing Manzu tiles, people may just suspect it's a Manzu Hanets. Sorry, a Sozu Hanets, which is what it started off looking like. And Nosti is full Kawashita, doesn't want to deal with this Peipon. Not messing
I
around.
smell something fishy, Nosti says, and accelerates.
Ishan 10 for Sigma. For maybe reach Pinfu Dora 1. Tadashi.
Okay, this is an example of why you don't Karagiri. Because now you've told everyone that you made a move around the 6-mon, so if people are paying close attention to it, the 5 and 8 have a much lesser chance of coming out now. If you just Sumo Giri, everything looks fine. Now, it's so early, you may not think anything's realistic, but that's just a situation of don't give anyone more information than they can possibly be given.
I believe the mentality may have been that if he... Oh, God. That's a hammer. That's a hammer. Oh, God.
Oswald's a person, not a nail.
Oz does deal the 8-man, unfortunately, into double ton Dora Dora for that Oya Mangan, which is quite brutal. On your note, Korak, I think that the mentality was that if he Tadashi's a Manzu, it looks like he's forcing a Sozu Hanetsu. That's
maybe later, but it was too early to make that assumption. At that point, you just assume someone's moving quick for speed. You have the obvious pay call, so something's fishy. Everyone suspects you're on Yakuhai. Probably Atozuke Yakuhai at that point. And you're just giving extra information to the rest of the players for no reason. If there were a tactical purpose in doing so, great. But I just didn't see it there.
Fair enough, fair enough. So, two aggressive opens from Cheese, going for the Hanetsu. This time it is not a hammer of, 12,000, but it is a Hanetsu Nami. If they get the pay pawn, I believe it'll go up to 240, so it'll be a 3-9 hand. Am I doing my math right? I think I
am. No, not unless it's sumo.
Oh, right, yeah, of course. Gosh,
if you pawn the pay, it would be.
That's what I said before. Yeah,
right. Okay,
pay pawn would send them up to 240.
If you missed the early part of this stream, I'm working on basically no sleep.
Yes, we are very appreciative that Korak took time out. Managed to stay up till 7 a.m. over there now?
Yeah, it's 7:12 right now.
Alright, so the pay is... it doesn't come out. It said the one so comes out. But it's hard to imagine the pay doesn't come out for Sigma here. He kind of needs to push with a hand that looks like it may have value.
It should come out here. There aren't that many other ways you can move the hand forward.
Dharma here for Osbol, waiting for the 1-4-so for Pinfu Doro. 1-4-so, yep. Furi 10, Pinfu Doro 1.
Sun Shocky there as well, I think. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. So it does choose to Sumo Giri Richi.
I don't know about this.
Pawn of the 6-so, cutting the 7-pin, wanting to shut down the hand on the side of Nasty here. So 4-pin is an interesting tile to fold on. It is very live, so admittedly she doesn't want to cut it, but also, as we were mentioning before, Jesus' team is in a desperate situation. Like a very desperate situation. But at the same time, that hurts. And the 4-pin comes out anyways.
That definitely stings a little. Pay now for Sigma. Chi Toy Dora, maybe?
Ooh, yeah, I definitely would have gone for some Chi Toy there.
Unfortunately, Chisa's deal in to Nosty's hand for Tanyao Doro 3, moving us along to East 3. And man, we've had some bop hands so far. And this hand is Hanchan.
Monster hands that just don't look that expensive until surprise.
I can keep all of my Dora hidden.
I did talk about earlier how if Ozbol takes a fourth and Nosti manages to run away with the game, it could become a very important landscape-changing result for the league. But I didn't expect it to happen so quickly.
Still
It's
got
an interesting shape here. You could go for the Hanitsu. The Dora is really weird. It doesn't really connect to anything. Or you could just play it straightforward and go for the Yakuhai 2 Dora shape. There are plenty of ways to play that. I probably would have thrown the 5 pin.
Leave yourself open to that Menhon Chitoi, or even Chitoi Dora Dora, or even just Honitsu, or something like that.
Yeah, you have plenty of options here. Since you're already at Mangan with the Honitsu, there's no reason to mess around. The Dora doesn't really do anything for you. What you don't know is Cheese would pwn it.
So Cheese punning the ton to try and get that, as you say, Cheese would pawn the 2-pin, which is a very nice hand for Cheese, considering that they really need a first place for Doras for losers to get out. Tuso is offered to Sigma. Does choose to skip it.
Could have been an instant chi. You can still pwn and wait on the Dora Tonki. That's another way to get to Mongon. Instead, this is going to be now most likely a 2,000 point hand.
Dora Tonki is still possible, but yeah, as you say, it's more likely to be a 2,000 point hand.
Oh. Yeah, and there's the punishment.
Divine retribution.
Oh no. Korak getting his desired punishment. Toy chance for us on the left here. Still 2 Shanten from it, but it is a chance. 2-pin does come out and is insta-ponned by Cheese. Cuts the Sha, which will also be insta-ponned by Sigma. So Sigma intent pie for a Khan 7 so for Hatsu Sha.
Ishan, no, yeah, Ishan 10 for Cheese.
Yep, still needs something to connect, but with the Dora... Oh, okay, that works.
Tenpai for Cheese.
So the question is, you wait on the 3 or the 4?
Does choose to wait on the 3, perhaps seeing that the 2 pins make the 3 pins harder to use? Slightly?
That, and more importantly, throwing the Aka 5 pins. So you would assume that's, oh, okay, I kept it as long as I could. And now there's a really nasty Kabe. So that 3 pin looks really safe.
Oh, and the Tadashi and the 6 so to try and signal the way the hand somewhere
that
else.
is Karagiri when played correctly. You're giving people genuinely false information.
Especially for someone, or not for someone, sorry, but as aggressive as Nosti has been playing, it may have on a less usable on the 3-pin kind of hand be able to come out. Oz does Richie on Sananko, Tanya Sananko, Aka. The 3-pin just became Suji.
Yeah, it may come out next turn, but it's not going to get there because we have the 2,000 point hand that we talked about earlier.
Hitting Oz for 2,000 points and moving us along to East 4 hurts a bit for Oz to not get that hand because kind of needs it. But, you know, he's still got a dealership, nothing to panic about.
Probably hurts a little bit more than a bit.
I mean, they've got enough points. They can't complain. They've got enough points.
You want to set yourself up so that even if you take like 5 losses or something like that, you still qualify for finals.
This is an interesting situation for Cheese. Do you throw the door here and take your widest tempi, just moving fast, or do you cut something like the 3-mon, the 1-3 pin, and Cheese goes ahead and throws the Dora with 1 out? It's probably the right decision. If it were live, I'd probably consider cutting the 4 so.
Oh, so slightly floating your pair elsewhere. Like even if you draw the 4-man, you can have that
Well,
realm.
you still have the 5-man pair as a backup, but you really want to get rid of that 8-9 so shape or the 1-3 pin shape, and if you can get a pair on either of those, it really improves the structure of the hand.
Mm.
Mm.
And here the 4 so comes out anyway, so
Mm. Mm.
at least I think it does.
Yeah, it does. It does. So Ishan 10 for cheese, 2 pins 7. So I guess a 5. Wait, why did that glow red? Oh my gosh, Nosty's in Tempai. Oh, there's a nice Tempai for cheese. Sorry, that's a nice draw for cheese, but then with the Tempai for the Hanchan 2 pin, which just passed. So, more likely to come out if people were if Sigma was considering folding, or if Oz redraws into that 2 pin.
Now I would have thrown the 2-man there instead of the 9-man. Obviously, you're ideally going for Itsu, but you still had other ways to move the hand forward.
Mm. And 2 pins coming out.
That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. Does run off for a 2,000 point hand. Chun Aka 1. Moving us to south. Lightning fast Hanchan. Lightning fast, but like every. Oh my god.
Wow, where do I get these hands?
It begins the SA comeback. The SA comeback.
Oh my god. This. Oh my god.
Wow.
Right.
It's still not the most impressive hand we've seen today. There was that Shanten Pinfu Tanyao Sanshuku Dora.
That's a good Ishan 10. That is a very good Ishan 10.
Now, there's an interesting question here. If you draw like 2-man or 3-man, do you go for the Itsu?
Yes, I was just about to bring that up, and I wanted your opinion on it.
I would throw 5 so here.
Yeah, I thought the 5 so might make more sense because you isolate that Simon Chan anyways. I guess I'd throw a 2-man because
2-man would be slightly more efficient.
Yeah, but I want to. It was like a Simon Chan on one hand, and the other hand is Itsu would be nice, and reach Sumo Pinfu Itsu Dora 1 is 6k all.
Each.
Doesn't end up mattering. It does get the Tempai, waiting for the 1-4-man. Now, okay, so stick with me, guys. Here, when you know enough defensive theory, it almost backfires on you. And the reason why I bring that up...
Hold on. It did backfire here already, because that would have been a... that would have been a 1-4-7 weight. And it would have been a Patsumo.
Yeah, no, sorry.
That's
Sorry, that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the 3-man in Sigma's draws. If you are playing risky and you believe in Sotogawa enough, does the 1-man come out?
If you have something to push, yes, and Nasty kind of does. The concern here is going to be the 2-pin Dora. If you pair up the 2-pin, oh yeah, you're throwing the 1.
Oh god, you literally said it. You literally said it. And that Sotogawa is kind of dirty.
Yeah, I think you have to reach that. Dama, I don't like at all.
Unfortunately for Nasty, does deal into reach Pinfu Dora 1. To 12k. Oh god, everything just evened out. So this is sort of where almost knowing defense backfires super hard in your face. Because the early 3-man is normally indicative of, I don't need it. And then you like the Tadashis were very hard to read because there were like 2 honors and 1 9-so. It's like, well, what are you going to get from this? Nothing.
Right. It's because the hand started off so strong that you had the ability to set that type of trap.
And unfortunately,
but interestingly, even if you'd have played the for the Itsu, as I said, it would have been a Patsumo on the 7-so.
Would have been a 6KO, right? Reach a Patsumo Pinfu Dora Uro 1.
Yes.
Unfortunate. But this is the... Oh, whoa. That is an amazing draw.
Wow.
Holy crap.
I can get behind this.
That's a superb... That is an Ichihime superb draw. And there's no information,
it's a weird situation where you don't really have a head if you draw 1-4-6-9 pin.
There's
See, you have to lock in the Itsu at this point, and you have a very good chance of ending on a Tonki.
Or does Sigma choose to cut the 2 or 3 pin? No, definitely not. Just as an idea, I was curious as an idea. Oh, this is an amazing hand though.
Each.
This is okay. So early Tenpai for Oz, 7 Mon, Hanchan for each draw 1. Very standard Ricci. Does go into that thing that we were talking about before, which is if you feel like everyone is gonna fully Zensu, like I imagine the 6-0 just comes out. Yeah. You should. Aren't you gonna be a bit terrified that your weight is bad?
Well, we're going to find out very quickly. Oh wow! Look at
think
these
that's zero.
draws.
Oh. Oh, what?
Wow.
Reach.
Well, I probably would have waited not because of the bad weight, but the fact that there wasn't that much value to it. And Ozball's in a situation where it's South 1. You need something.
So are you saying that like in South 1, when you're that far behind, you're not even because like it's a textbook reach you, right? To
Oh yes, in a normal flat score, you definitely reach you that. But just considering that you need help, even Ricci Sumo Dora, which is your ideal situation, doesn't do that much for you. You need the Ura. It's still a bad shape, and it's Ricci on the Suji on the Ricci tile, which is never safe, but it could come out from anyone. And then just like that situation, the 2600 isn't all that useful. It's almost the Ricci stick that pushes it to a decent hand.
Right. Yeah. I find that very interesting. We've also cut from Sigma here, locking in on the pen 3, sir. I mean, praise be. So
it's specifically a move to hope to shift to some sort of Junchan Sanshugu. And that's actually a really good draw because now you can cut the 3 pin or the 6/8 mon, and you at least have a path to a big hand.
So cheese in Ishanten for 3 man or 4/7 pin for Haku only, but last place, something. I just did not notice. My eyes glazed over the fact that Nosti has an insane hand. That hand is actually terrifying.
Coming together fairly quickly as well. Basically knocking on the door of Tempo as well. Sigma with 2 Dora, but can't seem to actually advance the hand. Has been sitting around for a while now.
Well, that's the problem with this. The shapes are all really bad. And yeah, so this also has the ability to set the Sotegawa because people realize, oh, the Forso came out early. Maybe we can get something.
Oh boy!
Wow! He's on 10 now. Dora free. 10 5 for cheese. 4/7, however, basically almost dead.
Now I would oh no, never mind. I thought that okay, wait, 1-2 so, right?
Should be 1 pin, 1-2 so. Just don't deal in. 1-2, as you guys mentioned though, is probably more correct there. You do end up on a Nobutan later on.
Six mon was called earlier. You might as well throw another one.
Unfortunately, does draw. So cheese does get their 7 pin sumo for Haku only 500. Moving us along to South 2.
Yeah, grabs another dealership. This hand and
it looks like another 1,000 point, 1,500 point.
I mean, chances of this hitting Tenpai are pretty iffy as it is. Does have a lot of pairs though.
Yes, that's one of those hands where you just have to call and try and make something from it as dealer. You could try fighting in South 3 and South 4, but you'd rather just move forward. Unfortunately, Ozball has a hand that is developing very nicely. Now, interesting situation here. Do you throw the 5 pin and lock in the Itsu. Given the scores, that's what I would do.
Sort of polarize your hand value rather than going for this, like, best case scenario, pin through Dora 1, and worst case scenario, reach Dora 1 on a bad way.
It can't be pin through unless you do some shifting, so you're not actually adding. Okay, so that's how he's going to try and add it, is connect with something and so get rid of the 8-9 Hanchan.
Well, I meant more if they draw a 7-mon, then they can have a pin through shape rather than having to pin through.
Yeah.
Yep. If it befits Oz very well. Oz is more of a efficiency player.
Or here come the 8-9.
Yep, that's a scary hand now. Reach pin through Dora 1. Pretty good. Could even shift around to...
What you'd really like is a Sanshoku ad here.
Yes. So the guard draw would be the 6-pin or the 6, so. Nan does come out. Pawn from Cheese, putting them into 2 Shanten for Nan Nomi. 3-pin is the Yasume, unfortunately, but they will take it.
Yeah, you definitely take what you can get in Oz's position here.
Okay, so... Oh, that is the worst depart style to draw. Pawn cuts the 3-pin, putting them into Ishan 10 for Haku only. Sorry, Nan only. It does draw the Dora! Oh, God!
Okay, there we go. Lines here.
So, if 1 pass, 2 passes. 2-so is marginally safer than the 3-mon, so that's the choice. Unfortunately, if they get to the 3-mon, they would be in Tenpai.
With a good weight. On Genbutsu, no, that'd be really nice right now.
2-so comes out, so they do have an option of Chiing a 9-so if it comes out. Or
and
even just...
throw the Dora. Oh, okay.
It's a very interesting hand coming together here for Sigma.
She's just censoring at this point. Oh, God! Oh, okay. Are we gonna get another hammer?
He's there!
Are we getting another hammer? There's a lot of 4-7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 left in the wall.
I mean, is Oz going to be the nail again?
Oh, God!
No, there it is!
Whatever! 7-pin! That wasn't a hammer, that was a scythe. Kind of just culling everyone all at once. Oh boy.
Has another really good hand here with 3 Dora, although the 8-pin's going to be hard to use.
Do you remember how I said at the beginning of that hand that something about not so sure about this hand, probably unlikely to Tenpai? I'm really eating my words here. Jeez. Another Mangan Sumo. Like...
Yes.
Tonight has been big, and this game is no exception.
Yeah.
Lots of hammer throwing.
Nasty has really good shapes.
So if they draw... Okay, I'm trying to imagine scenarios where Nosti's hand becomes difficult, because so far it's pretty straightforward. Something like a... No, his hand is very convenient. There's a chance if he wants to go for Toy, in which case the only tempting offer would be the 6-pin, right? Because that's the only tile that I would be tempted to.
6-pin would be a really interesting draw here. 9-pin would be a really annoying draw, although you could postpone that decision a turn. Ooh, or you could pwn that if you wanted to and commit to Toy, but you're pretty far away.
I think Nosti realizing that the Dora pawn is not actually going to scare Cheese away from the hand. Because Cheese's team is, as you can see on the left, not even a little bit dead, like very dead. So, like, they need something to the degree of like a plus 80, plus 90 to get really back into it.
Plus 80s are possible. I believe we
definitely.
saw one earlier today.
Oh, definitely. Not saying it's like, difficult even with, like a decent 41.6 score. Just desperation. Okay. As Korak said, the 6-pin draw is interesting.
Well, just given the score, the question is, do you go for the Sananko weight or do you go for the Entotsu weight, taking the 6-9 Shaw?
Cutting a Dora as well. I'm assuming that based on their team scoreline, they would take a safer route. Oh, Oz drawing the 3/6 Monsuji is not really what you want to see at this point. Alright, doesn't matter.
Oh my god.
She's Simos for Tanya Dora Dora, 2000.0.
Never-ending sumo. Sanhonba now. South 2.
3 down, 7 to go.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a good opening hand for Sigma.
Yeah, I'd definitely be happy opening this up for Sigma, but as we have mentioned before, like it just needs a little, just something more.
There we
That's a
go.
good
That's
call.
your
Oh,
more.
okay.
Now you just got the 4-pin and play this straightforward.
Don't
Yes.
overthink this. There we go.
On the right here, we have Junchan Sanjaku chance for cheese.
Hmm.
Junchan Sanjaku Dora 1, sorry, for easy another 12,000 points. It'd be interesting if cheese actually takes calls. So would they take a 7-pin call, 8-so call, 2-mon call, 3-so call, something like that?
I think with 7-pin you have to call it. Everything else is optional.
Oh my god.
Good.
Ooh, yeah, now you go for the Itsu, maybe even.
No!
No. Boo, hiss.
My dude.
Wait, but the 1-3-so is the same as 5-7 mon, but with Itsu?
I'm defecting.
Alright, unfortunately.
That is the sound of SBT's heartbreaking.
That's the sound of my heartbreaking. It's the Gyak 10 hand. If you can sumo it, reach sumo Itsu Dora Dora, that's some, sends you back to first chance.
So,
We completely forgot the fact that Oz is in Tenpai for 4-7 pin for Mentan pin Takame San Shoku Dora 1.
Now, we've seen this hand from Oz before. I don't actually remember what happened last time.
Nasty fighting with a Nami. I like this. In terms of Nasty is...
Yeah, I agree with it. You're playing for second here. There's so much in the middle already, 1900. This is legitimate value. And of course, you're waiting on Dora, so you won't have to throw it if it comes.
Of course, we say that, and Nasty's going to get bopped with a 4-pin.
Yes, but you don't know that. We know that.
Oh, gosh. Pin draw, avoid for... that's the Yasume. That's the Yasume. That's okay. Reach Tanya pin for Dora.
I mean, Ura 1 makes it the same. Oh, Ura.
True Ura would have made it. Yeah.
Ura rather would have made it the same, but
So, now we go into South 3, where Nosti and Oz are fighting for not last, and Sigma is stuck in an awkward second place. Needs quite a few points to get to first, with no dealerships left.
You say not last place, but both Nosti and Oz actually still have fighting chances at first here. We talk about it all the time, but those South round dealerships do mean a lot, especially right now.
Oh god, Oz's tiles are gross.
Not to call the Shaw here and just try and move this quickly. So they end up getting stuck on this hand. But Nosti has a really nice shape. Okay, calls the second one.
Oh wow, what the hell?
Is that Tenpai?
No, Ishan, but a really good
Ishan.
It's like Raomin San Min-chan Shabo Ishan.
I keep asking, is that Tenpai? Let me go get my glasses. That sixth one really looked like a five.
Oh, you know what makes me nervous is from Cheese's perspective, the 7-pin is now a the 9-pin is a 1 chance. So, okay, never mind, it's fine. But
Alright, so
it could have been death if Cheese wanted to half push their hand.
Well, it's an interesting situation waiting on the 5 after cutting the 4-6 this early. So it might come out anyway.
Ooh, Oz completely or semi-completely capitulating here.
This might just be a minor slide step, I think.
I think it's a sidestep as well. Basically, until the Haku comes out and you can actually fight, there's not a reason to expose yourself.
Ishan 10 for Cheese, for Reach, San Shoku, but, sorry, maybe Pinfu as well, but we'll have to get rid of the 0-so, and that's heavy. It's Dora, Soba, Aka. Never mind, doesn't want to do it.
Or else, let's see, then 8-9 so push, so Cheese doesn't care.
Oz in pushing, still like has a chance of getting this hand, but currently Tushan, which is not great.
Haku was a very interesting, rather that choice in general was pretty interesting. You can, it's definitely a question, it's just like, do you want a hard push or do you want to like kind of pull back a little? And Haku is pulling back a little here. You know, still does have possibilities to move into tempo here, but having to pass both 8-so and 8-pin and 3-so might be a little bit too much, and does look like he's determined that it's a little bit too much here.
Seems like the other players are just folding out. Oh, I take that back. I take that back. I'm sorry. I've been lying to all of you. Pardon for Sigma.
Does seem to be a touch dangerous.
Oh, it gets into Tempai.
Backfire, but now we have a good way Tempai with the 3-6.
What do you think about this? 8-man. Oh, death. Reach Pinfu Tanyao Dora. We'll slap we'll slap Oz back with the same hand with Tuura. 18,000 points. Direct debit into Nosty's bank account.
He only just got out of the hole and now he's right back in it. But not just that. He's deeper in that hole.
Yeah.
Well, that situation I talked about with the 4-6 Mon, most of Monzu look reasonably safe unless you just have a monster starting hand.
And that hand just unfortunately happened to be it. And with the Anko as well, I was probably thinking if 1 pass then 3 passes.
Right. You have Andy had a 5, so there were 4 of them basically past that point since the 2 had come out.
And just very unlucky for Oz, unfortunately. And getting hit with the 2 as well cannot help their situation. For what it's worth, let's not have too much sympathy for Oz. Their team has a comfortable bedrock of points, so, you know, they can take a few losses, but it is a bit harsh, obviously.
Yeah, but, you know, he's got to carry top row on his back, so,
yes, carry the Horo player, of course. So, Cheese on the right here, with the Yako High pairs, can choose to pon this hand down.
Yeah, Cheese just wants to move the dealer turn across. You should be calling basically anything.
Could even go like pom on that pom now.
Or maybe you could go Chi Toy even.
Oh yeah, that's a line as well. Lots of options here for Cheese.
Two Shanten for Sigma. 5-man draw will make it less likely that it's a Toy or Chi Toy push. That's got the 5-pin, choosing to get rid of the semi-dangerous, not really usable tile at this point. But yeah, as you go,
some efficiency. The non is completely worthless in this hand. I probably gotten rid of it.
Probably
because you can't keep that as a safe tile because it's not safe anymore.
I think it's to Cheese's style to keep others to try and dissolve Ipatsus, but as you say, like the non is not safe. Ishanten still for Nosti. If they can draw the 6 or the 8, so they will have Pinfudora, reach Pinfudora 1, which is the proletariat hand. And does make the bedrock of all value.
Ooh,
Really awkward shape here with only 1 3-pin left. I would have kept the 2-mon pair and just cut the extra 1-2.
No, you're not believing in the round Paker.
Ooh.
Alright. Pawn.
I don't know.
Pawn on the 8-pin for cheese, puts him into Tempai, 1 for 1 Forso. Nice Pei Nomi Kuashite.
Dora here for Sigma, but as
wow.
don't know about that.
Losing the Chitoi Tushan. I guess saying Chitoi and Tushanten with any kind of hope is a bit of a loose statement, but you know, it's pretty good if you have Dora.
Oswald draws the other end of his Ipeco that he abandoned 2 turns ago.
There is no card.
Oh, Forso might come out. Yes,
Maybe
it does.
Oh, yep, there it is. I would have cut the 2-pin, but
I
that's
can't.
not a terrible situation. You shut down Nosti's big hand for something cheap, but you need Mongon now.
So we do enter South 4, and gosh, what are the points on this thing? Oh my god. Oz just wants to win. Cheese just wants to win cheap. Nosti needs a Baimon Sumo. Baimon Sumo? Yeah, a Baimon Sumo or a Hane Direct.
Yeah, and Sigma is fine with manga.
Yeah, basically, Cheese is going for anything fast, Nosti's going for anything fast, Oswald's going for, well, anything, hopefully expensive. And the last person we just need a Mongon and nothing else matters.
Yeah, or even like a is 1326 enough? No, it's not. Sorry. 1600, 3200. So like a Chitoi Dora would be enough, I guess.
If you sumoed it, yes. Rishi, sumo, Chitoi, but you already have an Aka, so it's not going to matter.
Yeah. Oh no, reach sumo. Sorry, reach. Wait, crap.
Reach, sumo, Chitoi, Aka is Mongon.
Yeah. So yeah, that doesn't really. I'm thinking of reached sumo Chitoi, like only. That was what's going through my head. Would be enough to upset Nosti's second place.
What if you draw 4 so here? The hand really opens up. But the fastest hand looks to be Oddballs, maybe? They're all really bad.
Yeah. They're all, as you say, they're very bad and very slow. Especially with cheeses. I imagine cheese would not get rid of the huts. Oh, I'm stand corrected. Playing for faster, I guess.
Oswald's trying to figure out just what to do with that hand because nothing really come together. It's almost backing into Chitoi.
So, were you guys watching M-League like before it went off the air?
Alright, go on.
This hand reminds me of when Asipin would have hopeless hands and call for K10 on turn 9. I'm not even joking about that. Like
this was like this was during his
suffering.
Suffering phase.
This was during his welcome to purgatory. I'll be your host.
Was this during the color red haircut phase?
Yes, but okay, so never mind. This hand did get into Ishanten, so there is a bit of hope left.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure if I like the play because you give up both the Chitoi and any reasonable shape by throwing the 7 mod. You can either cut the 6 because it just came out and take the Chitoi Ishan, or you just cut the 9-so now because they don't do anything. You really need 2 of the 4 7s.
8-so draw is interesting. 6-so would be the pure efficiency.
Goes for the greed with the Sun Anko.
With the Kabe on the 8-so, it is tempting, I guess. Tenpai. Wait, no. Yes, Tenpai for Oz. Sanso. Sanso, praise be.
Praise be.
Praise be. Sanso wait for reach Dora 1. Ipatsu would give him a dealer Mangan, which would make this ever more spicy. Tenpai for cheese on the Kan 4-man for Tanyao Ipeiko Dora Dora.
I might have called the 7-so there and just gone for Tenpai.
Oh, it's Sumogiri Riichi. Thinking that no one is going to cut the Nakasuji, so might as well be... Oh, sorry. No one's going to cut the Genbutsu. He's waiting on a 4-7-man. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest.
Uh-oh. And if you pwn it to get Tenpai, you're going to deal in.
Oh, 9-so. Yeah, 9-so.
Wow.
2 9-sos did just pass, and... Oh, that's a hammer.
The only thing worse than dealing in is dealing in on Hote.
Oh,
I think it comes out.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, well played.
Boy. That was very well played. So, Tenpai for cheese and Oz, moving us to South 4-1 with 2 Riichi sticks in the middle.
This may be one where simply playing against Ozball, you think given the chance to wait on Sun, so he might just do it.
No, I don't think Oz is a follower of the Church of Sun, so we'll convert him eventually.
Church? It's clearly a cult.
No, cults imply that it's unhealthy for you.
I'm not even gonna get. I don't think we should get into this.
Early Tenpai for Nosti. Tanyao Dora 1, waiting on the Kan 4 pin.
Yeah, Cheese is going for Jun-chan. Ozball is going for anything because that hand is garbage despite the Dora. And here we have just a pretty straightforward Mentompine attempt.
Yeah, Oz's... Oh, okay, never mind. I was literally going to say Oz's hand is an example of how a pair of Dora doesn't necessarily make the hand pop, but that draw made that hand pop. A 5-pin is amazing. Opens up Chi-Toy, opens up Tanya, opens up Toy Toy, opens up everything under the sun, really. Still, though, you need to fight that early 4-pin Tenpai, and it's 3 in the wall, so it's not unlikely that Nosti just summos this.
Yeah, Cheese draws a horrible 2-so there, to where this hand is basically locked up. Now Ozball actually can really think about Chi-Toy with the Ishanten for Chi-Toy Dora 2. Especially with a particularly nasty Riichi on 4-so, waiting on 1-so.
So, here's the offer. I will offer you a 5-pin. Does not take it. Draws a 9. That's so interesting. So, 1 4-pin Tenpai for Nosti. God, I have no idea what Oz is supposed to do. Oh, okay.
Suonko, Dealer Suonko sounds pretty good, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
like,
it's collecting the Sanso, so like, it's... Oh my god, the Aka 5-pin! Pun, Tenpai, 2-man, 7-man, 1 2-man left. If Nosti draws it, it is an Oya Hane.
This is a little scary here.
No.
Toy Dora 3.
Oh, he
could
sumos
be
it for Sananko. That's a Baimon. That's a Baimon, I think. I think that's a Baimon.
Toy Sananko.
Yep,
Dora
that's a Baimon.
3,
8,000 points all.
Baimon. We are back in the race, lads.
Holy crap.
Well, that's how you take advantage of Arasu.
Gets the rips the last 2 mon from the deck. Sumos for the Baimon. 8,000 points all. Sending them out of 4th place. And puts...
Not just out of 4th, but all the way to 2nd.
Yeah. Oh my god. And I was just thinking about if Nasty deals the 2 mon, what would happen then?
The direct 18,000 would have been pretty rough, but you definitely like that if you're Ozball. You picked up everything you possibly could have gotten.
Yeah.
You have an interesting situation where if Cheese wins, a Sumo, it'll depend where the rest of the value is, because a Sumo may knock Ozball back down to 3rd if it's a Mongon.
Bruh. That's... Oh man, the 2 mon Sumo was
The interesting thing that really affects the points here was the Ricci stick Nasty put in, because that's an extra 2,000 point swing. Otherwise, Nasty would still be in 2nd.
I feel like Nasty had to throw the stick in, unfortunately, because he changed his way to a 1-4 pin, and he couldn't run off the 1 pin, and the 1 pin is the tile you expect to run off of if you expect to run.
You have to do it, but it ends up creating a very interesting situation here.
Considering Haku Dora is still enough for Nasty to jump back into 2nd place, so he's not dead in the water just yet. But Cheese, I'm going quite fast here.
Yeah, already Ishanten for 2 Ryangman's Ishanten for Xia Dora, and as Korak said, if well, it's actually not big enough to sumo for the victory. Oh, sorry, to knock Ozball out of 2nd place. So, it's a bit unfortunate.
Unless there's a red 5, which could easily happen.
Do we both have the same definition of easy? Because both the red 5s are gone.
Well, it could come out. Like right now, it could come out.
Yeah, we've talked about those cats running across keyboards.
Tenpai for Cheese will take
that'll do it.
2 mon run and does give him Sha Dora, ending the Hanchan, putting Cheese in 1st place. So we do have Cheese in 1st, Ozball in 2nd, Nasty in 3rd, and Sigma in last place. Can we pull up Cheese for an interview?
I should have got ready, but I was like so enthralled.
Yeah, I understand. I was pretty invested in this Hanchan as well.
That was
Let me load up the log.
Oh boy.
I don't know how to react to that. Alright, Cheese. Congrats on your win. Come on, you gotta sound more alive just because you got hit with a Baimon deal at Sumo.
Oh, no, that one was like, that was fine. It happens.
So something early on, I would actually like you to interact over, was this choice over here, if you're watching the stream.
Yeah, I'm watching the stream.
Yep. So Tadashi 6-man was something that Korak disliked. Was there anything that Korak, you can bring forward what you said about
it? Wasn't Tadashi. Yeah, it was the Karagiri 6-man. You may be giving extra information when there's no reason to. You set up in a later hand a nice bait where you did a Karagiri directing things away from your weight. But here, you want them to throw upper.
I thought I did this a fake Sozi Honetsu instead.
You probably could have, but it's too early. At this point, everyone assumes you have a Yakuhai, which you did.
I mean, they don't assume I'm Tenpai though, right?
No one assumes you're Tenpai at this point.
I mean, I don't think it makes that much of a difference
1
at this stage.
1
I
No,
can see
it's
the
not a
argument
huge
just from hearing
difference.
myself.
It's just generally bad practice.
I agree.
1
So this nice 12k
No.
win off of Oz was very, very good for you, and sort of
Oh,
what's up?
dude, I'm Tenpai on 10-3, and then Nasty calls like 3 times.
Yeah.
2
And I'm like, I swear to God, if I lose this 12k, I'm so bad.
But like that's also why you Kawashite in Nosty's position, right? It's to shut down these bop hands over here.
Yeah, but like no one even expects the 12k. Seriously.
Yeah, all of your value was hidden. It was a bit nasty, not gonna lie. Alright, so we'll go to this one where you start your Hanchan streak with a 12,000 point hand. Yeah, so initially this hand came out
Jeez.
really, really cheap, and then you sort of got offered this. So,
Oh, wait, why can't I? Oh, the stream is like super delayed.
oh, I'm sorry. So here, right? Obviously the 3-pin is not, sorry, let me rephrase. 2-pin pawn progresses your hand, but more often than not, you end up having to drop the Dora. Was that a risk you were prepared to take because of your team's position?
What was the plan? I think basically yes.
Yeah, it ended up being okay, but like in terms of like you more often than not lock yourself in. So was this just a desperation mode thing?
Yeah, that's right. It was like my last dealership, and it's like, if I just fold here, like maybe I can come first at the end with like what 35,000 maybe. But like I think I have a better overall chance if I can win this hand and like go on some lucky streak, since we're like 250 plus points behind. So yeah, I just sort of yell at it.
That makes sense. And then the rest of it was just seems like you were just trying to create fast hands to end things off with.
I mean, the one that went to Ryukyoku was actually pretty interesting on whether I should Dharma for just 8k.
Sorry, let me.
On the
Yes.
Gimboots.
Yeah. So that was something that like you decided to Tsumagiri Richi here.
Like afterwards, yeah.
Yeah. So was there a reason? Did you think that if they weren't going to cut the 7-man before, they won't do it now? So I want the extra value.
Yeah, they would probably eventually cut it anyways, but like I'm thinking if I had Sumo Paimon, like I thought about it afterwards while I was like waiting while in Richi, like does 8,000 points actually help my team qualify? And I still don't know, but like the more points the better, I guess. So I just Richi.
Yep, fair enough. And it did go to Ryukyoku. With and so everything else just sort of played itself, and we all know what happened with this big Baimon Sumo head. But yeah, congrats. This is definitely the first step towards getting back up to, being in the top 4 for your team. So, good victory. Good job.
Yeah, just need 8 more firsts to end up the league. It would be good.
Well, we wish you all the best of luck with that.
All right, cheers, guys.
So that thank you for coming on. So that does end our day of Mahjong. We're going to finish off with just a quick brief of the scores before we head out. Are they all updated?
Yep.
All right, awesome. All right, let me bring that up. So this and this. Oh my god. All right, how's it? Yes, that's professional, by the way. Is that? No, that's not it. I'm so sorry. Just give me this. All right. You know what? I'm just gonna bring this into this. Oh wait, you can see it now. Yeah, there we go. So, oh my god, why is OBS so finicky? Alrighty, there we go. Alright, so we do end the day. Chabo Nomi in first place, Flamecoast Evil Eye in second, AUNSW Wanderers in third, Notice Me Tenpai in fourth, Zomini Chiterodus in fifth, The last Weiss players, Tile Dreaming in 6th, the last Weiss players in 7th, Powerpuff Boys in 8th, Dora's for Losers in 9th, Khan for Fun in 10th. Literally no change. Literally no change in the bottom 6 teams, and the top 3 teams shuffled their order. Sorry, not even top 3 teams, just 2nd and 3rd place exchanged. But other than that, everything remains quiet. The big difference is the point difference. So if we can see here that the gap between 4th and 5th has grown from 20, like a very, very scary 20 points to a very nice 120 points over today. So that's good for Notice Me Tenpai.
Notice Me Tenpai have definitely improved their standing quite a bit, actually. That 4th place now feels a little bit safer than it did before. With the current Uma and Oka rules, it's not the safest thing in the world, but with only it's like 10 games left?
Yeah. 8 games left. 8 games left per team.
Oh yeah, 8 games left in the regular season. It's still quite, yeah, that's quite good for them. Can't take any fourths, obviously. Zoom Chikateratus could definitely close that gap pretty quickly if they do, but yeah, like from here, maybe even seconds might do it. So a nice placement for Notice Me Tenpai right now. The interesting discussion point will definitely be Zoman Team Z and Tal in the future. The next 2 weeks for those teams are going to be fairly interesting, I think.
Yes, I agree. Well, that ends our Hanchans for today. We want to give another thank you to Korak for staying up until, I think it's about 8 a.m. for you.
Yeah, I just turned 8 a few minutes ago.
So thank you so much for coming on and bringing on your insight. I definitely know that everyone likes your commentary, so thank you so much again. We will be back next week for the next brackets, and it is actually getting into crunch time. We only have 2 weeks left of the preliminary rounds before we enter the finals week, and entering the finals weeks, team scores are halved. So getting into the top 4 is definitely a lot of the team's priorities moving in. But yeah, hopefully we'll see you next week. It's very exciting to see how teams end up in particular places. Until then, goodbye.